Good evening.
Good evening.
And hello.
Welcome to episode 8 of the Spazcast. We have an A-lister with us today. The Kyle Perkins, a.k.a. Professor Perkulator.
Hello, everybody.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Ooh, my favorite podcasting noise.
This is your,
Oh, come on. Come on.
There you go. You got hit twice.
they're so excited to see you.
Got to cut it off.
This is your second podcast in 2 days, right?
We did one yesterday with Heath the ref. So that was really fun. Me and Joey did one for the Keep It Rolling podcast. So that was really enjoyable.
Yeah, I just edited it. I was listening to it on the way here, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was awesome. He's a really knowledgeable ref, jiu-jitsu guy. So it was really cool to get to know him a little bit more. We've known him for probably 2 or 3 years now. Kind of like more of an acquaintance than a friend. And then we've gotten a lot closer with him coming out here and kind of staying with us for a week. So it was really cool.
Yeah, super awesome. Well, I'm here with my host,
Mr. Ant-Man.
And I'm Mr. Hector.
Yeah, and we've been excited about having Kyle on. We were supposed to do a podcast like last week and then this week, but then kept getting pushed. But we're
bailed.
finally here.
Hector had a lot of trauma, trying to ups and downs of being a fighter. It's
A
very hard.
roller coaster of emotions, if you will.
I mean, I guess it's just the regular amateur career, though.
Dude, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be. So,
But we do have good news. I mean, I don't think we even mentioned what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
So, do you want to go into
Yeah.
it a little bit, Hector?
So basically, I was scheduled to fight tonight. Today's November 7th. It's a Friday. I was scheduled to fight tonight, but my original opponent broke his foot, and so he pulled out. This was last week that I heard about this, and they were trying to find me an opponent. Didn't work out. And then, so I lost that fight, and then we got another one booked for the day before Thanksgiving. But last week, it was just a whole bunch of stuff. So medicals, the state didn't want to clear me, so I had to go back and forth, get medicals from a surgeon, and then it was just a whole bunch of nothingness, really,
yeah,
for no reason.
a lot of work for nothing, but you got another fight scheduled. And also, too, shout out to our teammate Dre. He was also on a fight card with Hector.
Yes.
Dre even had some ups and downs with his fight, but he got a replacement fight, and Dre actually won by TKO in the second round today, so that was very exciting.
Yeah, less than an hour, 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, probably less than half an hour
Less than
ago.
an hour ago, he won.
We ramped up our competition class. Hector pulled it up on his fight. We watched it live, so it was a really cool, really cool experience.
Shout out Sean Murphy, because then he's going to get buttered. We need to shout him out.
Sean Murphy FaceTimed it for us on the legal stream, but I guess that's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah, we don't want to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I might get the pay-per-view just so I can make some highlights.
There you go.
Because, I mean, it looked pretty good from what I saw.
He did awesome. I mean, we were talking about all training camp for him. If he could just stuff some takedowns, he would have some success, and he did that very well. He even got taken down a couple of times, was able to pop back up to his feet really fast. So he looked very well.
Yeah.
He looked really sharp. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, really happy. Yeah, it's been you can tell he's a very passionate person about fighting, and
He deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves to get a win out there. So
100%. You love to see it. Well, yeah. So let's get into the podcast.
So what's the idea of the Spazcast? What do you guys usually talk
Dude, we
about?
just talk about anything, really.
It's
Okay.
kind of different,
Spazzes.
every episode.
Yeah.
I mean, from the first episode where it was just me and Jaden to now, it's kind of evolved a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess we're kind of copying you guys a little
We're
bit.
spazzy. We're spazzy when it comes to our ideas too.
Think about Keep It Rolling, but just worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, keep it rolling. Yeah, we have a full. We tried to. We were telling Heath we tried to have a structure of getting people after their training, and so we get to talk to people about their training, get a little bit of past to their history, and then kind of then it veers off into a little bit of craziness. So
Yeah. So we kind of do the same. We get the history, their history, and then it's just somehow ends into prison talk and
Wherever it
Yeah.
goes. I mean,
Man.
with Ian, we started off with 1 hour of straight prison talk, before we even got to talking about his background at all.
that's good stuff.
Did you listen to that one?
I have not listened to Ian's. We did a podcast with Ian, so I've heard some of his prison stories, but I don't know if I've ever. I didn't listen to your guys' episodes. So maybe he threw out a couple good.
I think he might have told some different stories because I've heard his podcast with you guys,
Yep.
and then the one he did with us. So I think he might have told some slightly different stories. Because him and Jaden were trading stories
Yeah.
and comparing their
Relating.
experiences.
Okay.
And then we kind of realized that Juvie's kind of crazier than what Ian went through. Because
Unfortunately,
they went to jail for different reasons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Ian and correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, but Ian didn't go to prison. Ian just went to jail.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Which is not, and then Jane, you only went to juvie?
Yeah.
You never went to jail?
Nah.
Yeah. So I mean, juvie, just got to think of it in the idea of just they're just kids. So I mean, like it's it's a bunch of wild
Well, I mean,
kids.
it's like kid prison.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, but I mean that's like you said, it's worse. I mean, it's like it's a kids class
Yeah.
versus an adults class. They're kids who
It
are
is-
bad, and
it
so
is
now
kids
it's like
that are worse.
they're not adults, so they can just throw on the ground and smack in the
Exactly.
head and mace them, and it's like you kind of handle them with kids' gloves, but you can't also because they're violent and I
Yep.
mean look at this kid. I mean
They're
And
criminals.
They're
Yeah.
like, it's like the thing about kids too. They're developing and they're young, so in that phase, they try to like resuscitate kids necessarily to like so they can function in society. So when kids go to juvie, it's not like a punishment, a form of punishment. It's like you're here to get your life back together, and
To
you're here.
change.
You're here because you don't want to be here again.
That's an
And-
interesting, I mean, concept of just prison or jail in of itself is like, what is the point?
Rehabilitation,
Yeah.
I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, is it?
Yeah,
Because like you're
I mean, for-
surrounded in like a zone full of people that are making mistakes and everything. Like people that are bound to make mistakes again. And then when you're around that energy, it's like
but we're all,
when you get out, will going here even make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, like, so there's there's certain people probably at some point that are like obviously not rehabilitable. I think if that's a
Yeah.
word, right? And so
Yeah.
then like, do they do this? If the goal is to rehabilitate them, do they just not get punished? Do you just go like, well, I mean, they can't be
Yeah.
rehabilitated. So then the task of jail becomes just punishment.
Mhm.
Right. And then like,
Right.
that's an interesting, what are you trying to do? And both of them are very interesting, that's honestly, that's more what stops people from doing things as kids,
Yeah.
is the fact that you're going to get in trouble more than,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess it's a balance, but like there's some kids that you will sit down and be very nice to and be like, hey man, like, why'd you do that? Can you think about that? And you realize like that didn't work. The next time I'm just going to go like, hey, and then, oh, that worked really well with that kid,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just goes back to like how a kid is disciplined, like
Oh,
when
yeah.
when they're being raised, I guess. Because I don't know, I feel like being raised in a household of like immigrants, I guess it's like they approach discipline differently than your average American. Like I don't know, they tend to be more physical, and it's like pretty normal,
Say
like
it.
pretty standard
Yeah.
with like
You were beat,
with
Christian.
immigrants. No, I mean not excessively. I feel like I was beat like as much as I should have been. I was not a great kid, but I feel like you can kind of tell the difference between like someone that kind of was disciplined as a kid, like physically, and someone that wasn't.
So you're saying like
Yeah.
Americans got time out and you guys got time out from whooping that ass.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You got time out from
And
ass whooping.
I feel like you learn a little bit more that way because like you're learning through fear, which I guess is, I don't know, it's not an optimal way to raise a child, I guess, but it works. I feel like
Yeah.
it's effective. And like I don't know, I feel like raising a kid the other way, like kind of coddling them, can make someone soft. I mean, you can, I don't know, harden up, I guess, as you grow up and like learn through life
Yeah.
experiences.
Too much shelter can like prevent your kid from like experience like necessary fields for life. So I
Yeah.
feel like
Parenting 101 with the
Yeah.
Spazcast.
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna. I mean, it's a very funny thing. I mean, no one's educated how to raise kids.
Most
Exactly.
people aren't. I mean, most
No one is. I mean, where's the
there is, yeah.
Everybody literally reads like 6 books in the 9 months that their wife's pregnant, and then afterwards they just wing it, and they're going off like what their parents did, and their parents, were both working 2 jobs during the Great Depression, and didn't have time to read a book, and then
Yeah.
their parents rode in a boat over here and didn't know what they were doing, and their parents were, growing a fire in a field. So it's like, no one knows what is the optimal right thing.
It's just kids raising kids.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's
I mean,
just
exactly.
pertain to our time and stuff like society, the world, the world, and the symbols that we paint today, the meanings that we give symbols in the world today, the words that we perceive. It's like it's way deeper than it is. It's like the world we paint today for the next world to live in. You know what I mean? Us as people.
Yeah,
And there's not no necessary way for us to raise a kid or know how to raise a kid because we're learning as we're raising the kid as well.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I think maybe. I mean, there might be
Yeah, it
some,
might be. You know.
there are probably some things that are good to do, probably some things that aren't. I mean, there's like we just said, I mean, it's logically probably not good to hit your kids. Just in general. I mean, it's like I understand the idea of like they might get to a point that like, you know, they're not listening to you and you feel like you might hit them, but like now they just know, like you're like, and now they know not to do that again. It's like, no, now they know you're bigger than them. That's about all they might realize, you know?
And that's
so
that's the thing too. It's like the difference between negative reinforcement and punishment. Like if you're taking away a kid's iPad, something that they utilize every day for their fun, then, you know, then that'll make a change, hopefully. But if you're doing a beating, that's like a one-time thing for something that was temporary in that moment. So it's like they can do that again, and then they'll be conditioned to that beating. I don't know. Maybe it's just for me that way, but maybe I'm fucking nuts.
You okay,
but,
Jaden?
but you get
Dude, this
conditioned
brought out some
after some
trauma.
point.
Okay, bro.
Like probably after like a good 20, 30 beatings, you're like chill, you know?
So
Like anticipated.
Christian was beat a little bit. Jaden was beat a lot. Perky, were you beat?
I mean, what's a beating, right?
Yeah.
What's a beating?
I mean,
you know?
it kind of is like
I
a
wasn't beat.
spectrum because like, you know, some parents like will just slap their kids on the wrist, and
Mhm.
some parents will straight up like punch their kid in the face.
Yeah,
I mean, like
I think it's
and
yeah.
there is a
strictly.
range. I feel like I was kind of in the middle. You know, I don't think that I was disciplined like excessively. You know, I was like, you know, mostly spanked. You know, and I feel like I was very stubborn, so I didn't really learn that easily. I would I don't know, mess around at school a lot, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't get disciplined for like a wrong reason, and I feel like that's kind of important, like how it's utilized. Generally, I don't think it's right. I wouldn't want to hit my kid, but I feel like some situations call for a certain type of discipline. Cause like I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they look at you wrong.
Oh yeah.
What you say? Dude,
Yeah.
what was the weirdest punishment you guys ever got?
The weirdest?
Yeah, weirdest.
I know straight up. My mom threw away my action figures, like my two favorite action figures that I liked. I had a Spider-Man one and an Incredible Hulk action figure. I loved these action
Probably
figures.
worth a lot of money now.
Probably, dude. Like at this point, and yeah, I played with them all the time. I don't know, I was maybe 7 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I did something bad at school, and my mom like threw them away, and she took me out to like the garbage can, and she was like, "This is what happens," and she like opened it and like dumped them in, and I still remember.
Bro,
it
you
to
should have
this
just
day.
ran outside and got him back out. What the
No,
fuck?
dude. I mean, like, I was kind of a germaphobe. I still kind of am
Oh.
a little bit, but I don't know. I wasn't gonna climb in the dumpster, like, well, not the dumpster, but like the big trash can and grab my action figures.
I wouldn't say the weird. I mean, I guess I can't particularly pick out anything as an individual weird moment. But this is so one time we had all got. So I have a sister, and I have 3 half siblings that are older than me. So we have the same dad, but not the same mom. So me and all my siblings were in the car, and we're driving, and it's me and like my 3 half siblings, and we're in the backseat of our conversion van. And my mom and dad had just bought us like these fake cell phones and pagers that like if you press the buttons on the pagers, they made noises. So we were like fucking with them. And my brother had like broken his pager that he had, so that like the button was just like smashed down. So the thing was just going.
Oh, no.
And so my dad's driving and my mom's in the front, and we're like on this big country road in Kansas. So it's like just a big open field that we're driving. And my mom's in the front seat and she's going, "Turn that thing off." Turn it off. Stop hitting that thing. And we're kind of laughing because we know we can't get it to stop thing. And she's getting more frustrated. And she's finally like, "Hand me that thing." So my brother hands it up front, and she like tries to turn it off. She can't turn it off, and she like hits it on her hip a couple of times, right off, and she hits it on the middle console, and then just chucks it out the window. All in one motion. It's just like bump, fuck that, right out the window. And I remember it's like, fuck. All right, well, we don't have one of those anymore.
I would do that to my kids. I feel like,
Yeah.
That's valid.
yeah. I mean, it's not that harmful.
Dude, for me, I still have issues with it. Like, I would chew my nails all the time. My parents didn't like that. They would put like chili on them, like peppers, just so I would stop eating it. And then my dad, he would like with the wooden comb, he would make me go like this and then just smack it. And nothing worked. I still chew my fingernails,
That's
bro.
so funny. Joey said the same thing yesterday, that his parents used to put certain thing on his fingernails so he wouldn't bite his fingernails. I've never had that in my life.
You know, dude, I had that happen to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember. I mean, it was just always like typical grounded things taken away. You know, it was never, can't think of anything like goofy. Never hung by my toes or my thumbs, you know.
Speaking of taking away, bro, like my dad, when I had bad grades in like I think high school, he went into like the electricity and just cut off all the electricity in my room. And like I had no electricity in my room. Like he took away my shoes, like my cleats for soccer, and he's like, "Yeah, you're not playing."
You want to hear a great story?
What's up?
So this is probably this could have been 5th grade, but I if I remember, this is the 3rd grade, and so my mother will remember this. She worked with this guy. So Mr. Danley was one of our teachers. He was like our English teacher, and he was also our gym teacher. It was like the first year they were letting him teach English, and we all had like accounts on the computers, and we had like one computer in the classroom. And one day, I still remember this kid Mike coming over and going like, "Hey, I figured out Mr. Danley's password for his account." And I'm like, "No way!" And I'm like, "How'd you figure it out?" And he's like, "Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." And I'm like, "No way!" So I log into Mr. Danley's account, and I'm like, "No way am I logged into like the teacher's account, right?" So it's like probably like a month or 2 before the semester ends. We'll log into Mr. Danley's account, and I'm like, "What do I do here?" Just delete everything. Everyone's grades. Boom. Delete it, right? And I don't say anything to anybody. So then like the next week, Mr. Danley comes into class and he's like, "Guys, for the next couple weeks, we're going to be doing this big project. It's going to be a major portion of everyone's grade. This is pretty much going to be your whole grade for the semester." So the whole next week, we just did these pamphlets, right? That were like just something he had made up because obviously he had nothing to grade everybody and he just had to throw. How great is that, man?
That's crazy.
Did you ever get in trouble for that, or
No one's ever known that in my whole life.
Oh, dude, breaking news.
The first time you ever admitted it?
I mean, I've told people that throughout my life. Yeah. That was
Not a
great.
world.
Oh
Dude,
my
imagine your
God.
teacher watches. If he's still alive, imagine he
No.
watches. He's like, "That motherfucker."
Now we talk about shit like that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you guys some fucking stupid shit. So, during your early high school years, you're buying some weed, and your friends around
I
you
would never.
want to fucking get some weed off you, so you're gonna
Allegedly.
and then say this guy's a pussy and you're gonna overcharge his ass, and
Hold on,
he-
pause, real quick.
Okay.
Are you selling, or is this
It's
person
because
dismissed?
it's like not
mythical-
a big quantity, okay? It
Wait,
was
wait,
like,
wait,
it was
is
like a
this-
joint.
Is this mythical person allegedly buying or selling?
Buying.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Don't let me forget. All right. So boom. I this is like 4th period.
What
I
am I
gave
not
him,
supposed to let him forget?
I gave him his shit.
Okay.
He gets a lunch. I'm in my lunch period. He has gym.
Allegedly,
and
not
then-
you, your friend.
Yeah. He lights that
In
motherfucker
Minecraft.
up.
This is in
Yeah, this-
Minecraft.
He lit this bitch up right behind the bleacher, bro. Passed it around to 5 people, and then all 5 of them. I'm going to my 5th period, or
Not
my
you,
si-
your friend.
my 6th period class, and I'm looking in the hallway. This guy's getting taken down by like 3 cops and shit, and he's like a big white dude, and he looks really nice, like a really nice person. I don't know a person to describe him after. But you know how like your brother looks like Adrian?
Mm-hmm.
He has like a nice soft face,
Like,
and
like a nice kid.
yeah,
You look
bro.
scary to me, Adrian.
And then keep in mind, like he got suspended for like a week and a half. He came back bald, bro. Like he had a whole head of hair, bro. And then he came back bald, and he was like, I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Yo, my fucking dad fucking shaved my shit off while I was sleeping." I was like, "Oh, shit."
While I was sleeping.
Oh, shit.
That is not a bad punishment. I would totally do that to my kid.
Yeah,
Nah, I
but
wouldn't
he
do
looked
that
like fucking Aang, like from the Avatar. It wasn't like fully bald. It was like some like
No,
What?
you know what I would do?
Perky?
You,
Was it like
a
that?
worse. It was
So-
like
Worse.
bald spots in between.
Holy fuck.
like Kyle has hair.
So we would give everyone really bad haircuts, for football. And so one
Oh, I
kid,
think you told me
so
this
one
story.
kid one time we took his head and we shaved it down to like maybe this is like a 3, so we shaved his head down to like a 2. And then we took a Sharpie and we did the whole border of his head all the way around, just like really thin with the Sharpie. And then we shaved the rest of it off completely bald. So he just had this thin
No.
line around his whole head that was left with hair. That was one of the best ones we ever
fuck.
did. Yeah, that was cool.
that's great.
Dude. Hey, dude, at one time I got in trouble for like you know how like at school you would have like fake cash, like fake money, like teachers would give you for like behaving and stuff like that.
No,
Like both
Dude,
like
yeah.
I mean,
no.
I remember in so I moved around a lot when I was like really little, like all before like 3rd grade. And I remember when I lived in Georgia, they would give us smiley faces. They would give us laminated smiley faces, and you could turn in smileys for prizes. So I
yeah, it
remember
was kind of like that,
okay,
kind of
okay.
like that. But it was like more like Monopoly money type of thing with like our mascot on it. But anyways, So like my teacher, she would have like a whole like little pile, and like we knew where it was, so we would go in there and steal some, and then we would like redeem like candy and shit. And one time I stole a whole bunch, and I put it in a library book, and I forgot. And I returned it, and they came and got me. They're like, "Yo, where'd you get all this? How do you have all this?" I was like, "Hey, man, I don't know.
That's not my book."
I was like, "Yeah, I returned it. Well, there was nothing in there." I was like, "You really think I'm gonna leave that in there but not use it? Like, come on." And it was just denied. I got in trouble. They gave me ISI. Yeah. I was like, "What the fuck? It wasn't me."
So, did you guys? Now we're just all telling a piece of crap. So, did you guys ever in high school? Did you ever sell like the discount cards?
No.
So like someone would always sell like discount cards for, it would be like for the football team or for something,
yeah.
and it would just be for like all the businesses in town. They would sell a discount card. So our year was for accounting. They were selling the discount cards, and then the project was accounting everything that you did. So I still, I'll just say this first. So I still remember this kid, John. I was in one group and he was in another group, and he had, I don't know if this part was true, but he had told me he had like found where the teacher had him and had stole a bunch of them, was selling them. But he was also just selling them to people for like, if they were supposed to sell for $10, he was just selling them for $3 and just like taking the money, right? So then like his stuff is totally off, and he just had this really like nerdy kid in his group. So like, I still remember like gets to the last day and like we do all our paperwork, boom, boom, everything really adds up. And then he's got this nerdy kid in the computer, and the kid's like doing all the numbers, and then like the numbers come out and it's just like $700 missing. And the kid like his eyes go like real big, and he's kind of looking around, and then he looks up at John like what the hell am I supposed to do? And John just looks at him real serious and goes, "You better figure that out, bro." And so then he turned this nice little kid into some like hacker who changed all the numbers. So that was one of my favorite things. I still remember him just looking over the kid and going like, "You got to figure that out, bro." And the kid like, all right. Like,
You guys are like money laundering. What is this, elementary school?
No, we're in high school.
High
Yeah,
school?
we're in high
Okay.
school, yeah.
Dude, fuck.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you get
It
in
wasn't
trouble?
my group, all right? It wasn't my group. That was John, all right?
Did you do shit like this a lot in school? Did you get in trouble a lot, or
No, I wouldn't get in trouble. I'm
you
pretty
just messed around like that? Every
yeah,
got
just
away with
goofball.
it.
Just
Yeah.
goofball. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I got in trouble once for well, it was elementary school, so I was a little younger. Like we would have M&Ms, like if we would like do good stuff, like answer a question right, or like do like a good deed or whatever. And I don't know, I feel like I was like retarded as a kid because I walked up to the desk and I just like took some M&Ms like for no reason, and like the teacher was right there, and she was like, "Why are you taking those?" I was like, "I don't know.
I'm hungry.
I just want to." And so I got in trouble for that. And I don't know. I did a lot of stupid stuff as a kid.
Nah,
Like,
yeah, bro.
I told Jaden about this one time. There was like this older kid who came in to take photos. Like he was a photographer for the school. And I thought it would be funny, like to just get out of my chair and like stab him with my pencil in his leg.
This dude was
I think
fucking
that's funny
Chucky,
too.
bro.
Yeah,
What the
baby.
fuck?
No, I don't know. Like
No, yeah.
this is what I'm saying. I don't know what I was thinking because like as a kid, I was like, upperclassmen, like older kids, they're like the enemy. And I'm like,
Well, you just don't, as a kid. I mean, I had that experience with a kid the other day. He like did something. I was asking him like, "Why'd you do that?" And you just don't think very far. You think in two steps. I have pencil. There's
Yeah.
kid, stab kid. Good, go. You know,
This guy was
Exactly.
Keen Vaughn
yeah,
back
you
in
know,
the
yeah,
day.
you know.
Like,
like kids just lack emotional maturity. I don't know. I in my mind, I'm like older kids, they're bad. They're the enemy. I'm like, maybe it would be cool if I attacked this guy. And so I did. And like I got in big trouble for it. And I remember it was like Halloween weekend, and like I didn't get to be part of like the costume party like in the gym, and I was real upset about it because I had a costume. Forgot what it was, but I got in trouble for a lot of stupid shit like
how
that.
old were you?
At that time?
Yeah.
Probably 8. I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
he was Chucky for real.
So we had an art teacher in grade school who probably a year or two after I got out of grade school, like they had to like fire him for going insane. Like this guy,
Perky drove him mad.
I'll give you some. I got some.
something.
No, this guy was a nutcase before though. He probably drove me crazy, right? So this fucking guy so this is why they fired him. So this was like one of the things that he gave all the kids that he had a peep, like the marshmallow peeps.
Fire.
And he told them on a Monday, Cindy's my mother. You have to correct me the story if I'm wrong, but this is what I remember. So he gave all the kids like a peep on a Monday, and he told them if you turn it back in on Friday, you'll get like a big prize. And so some of the kids obviously eat them, and some of the kids turn them back in. So the kids turn them in on Friday, and then the kids show up to school on Monday. And in one of the art displays, he has made like a full display where all of them are like cut up like what people will do to animals, like their fur coats, and like they're put through and they're like, this is what people do. And these are like grade school kids. And he like just snuck into the school in the middle of the night to put this like display up and told nobody. And they were like, yo, you can. And this was like step one. So then they like fire him, and he's like talking to kids on Facebook, like, hey, come meet me at McDonald's so I can talk to you about veganism. Like, yeah, this guy legitimately became like an insane person, right? So this is the man teaching me art, right? So, Mr. Warwack, right?
That's wild. How old was this guy?
I mean, he was a 50, grown-ass man. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so Mr. Warwack one time, he got a tattoo on his arm that was a topless girl riding a guitar, right? So, I mean, we're in 3rd to 5th grade, right? So I remember he was showing Colton, I'm saying all my friends from high school, Colton Zumack. I know how I remember it. So Colton, we were in class, and so I mean, at the time, you're kids, you don't know that tattoos are like, they like hurt. He had like literally just got the tattoo the day before. And he like, me and Colt like would always like fuck with him and like act like we were his friend to like, like get him to like, Mr. Work, like what's going on? He's like, oh, I just got this tattoo. We're like, oh, show us, dude. So he pulls down his shirt and he shows his tattoo, and Colton just immediately goes, that's not real, and like pushes on it real hard. And Mr. Works just punched him in the shoulder, and then they both start like punching each other in the arm. I'm like, oh, and like separate him. I'm like, we're like children with this grown man. Yeah.
How does someone like that even get employed to a school?
That guy was fucking. He had a turtle shell that he had painted, like a dead turtle that he kept under the floor. And like once a year, he would open up the bottom of the floor and bring out the turtle and show you.
Once a year, so he worked there for multiple years.
Oh, that guy was there for a year. That guy loved my 2 brothers. So my 2 half brothers were like.
Yikes.
Both times were like his protege in art class. My one brother was like really good at like clay projects, and my other brother's really good at this one like art thing. And like he put him in these big art contests and stuff. And then I came by and just drove that man out of his fucking mind.
It was you.
Yeah.
You're the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
It just reminded me, I had a fucking like a coding teacher, like a typing teacher, and one of our projects consisted of like, I don't know, we actually weren't even doing a project, but like we had a project coming. So then the teacher had like her computer able to like, you can control her computer from your computer or the projector screen. So that teacher actually went to jail for beating the shit out of her husband, and we had found that shit out. So us as a class collectively, we got on one computer, and I don't even know why, but we set up some kid to look her shit up. Like, we made him like, we went on his computer and then displayed that shit on the projector before she had turned it on. And then like we went on his screen and like searched up her mugshot, and then when she turned the projector on, like that shit just popped right up.
Like the news, like the art, like the news article.
Their whole shit, her charges when the day she went in, the day she got released.
So was it the teacher? The teacher was the woman that beat her husband, or the teacher was the man that got beat by the wife?
No.
That'd be the better one.
This is
the wife who beats you.
This is a female teacher that beat her.
Listen, I didn't fight back, and she's got a mean left cross. All right.
Yeah, she looked like a fucking killer though. Like if she was in this kind of environment, she'd be a killer for sure.
Oh my
she
god.
was in this environment at home.
I wouldn't want to.
Dude, it's fucked up.
Damn.
So one time I came into art class. Mr. Warwack's sitting by his desk, and he's pissed. He's in like a real bad mood. I'm like. So I go up to him, Mr. Warwack, what's going on, man? You seem like you're in a bad mood. He's like, fucking leave me alone, Kyle. I'm like, no, man, like, come on, like, tell me what was the problem? Like, what was bugging you today? And he's like, they had those big like drop sinks in there for like cleaning stuff off in the art room. And he's like, I go in the back room to check the kiln for the clay projects, and I come out and the sinks are on full blast, spraying water everywhere. None of the kids would tell me who turned it on. And he's like, come out and turn them off. And then I go and they do it again. And he's like, "Fun." I'm like, Mr. Warwick, that's horrible. I can't believe someone did that. So like I go back and sit at my desk, and me and this kid Matt are sitting next to each other. And then Matt's like, so what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, he said someone turned those sinks on. It really pissed him off. And Matt's like, all right, cool. So then of course, like Mr. Warwick goes in the back, and Matt takes a funnel and he sticks it in the sink so that the bottom of the funnel's out like this. And then he turns the sink on, so the water's like just spraying like 360 out. And Mr. Warwick comes like, oh God, fucking like turns off, takes the funnel off, and just like Like turns to me, he's like, I really shouldn't have told you that. Oh man, I go on for hours fucking with that guy.
wild.
Yeah.
So what? You were the number one suspect for
No,
Oh, no.
definitely not.
Okay,
Definitely.
okay.
Like a bunch of us always get in trouble with that guy.
dude.
Fucker.
Dude,
So-
since you guys were talking about crazy teachers, you guys remember when like that Ebola outbreak happened, like 2014?
Fuck.
I mean,
Wow.
kinda, yeah.
So like my biology teacher, I did not learn biology.
Okay.
She made us be like scientists and like try to find a cure for this.
For Ebola?
Yeah,
For Ebola?
dude, she was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, my
You were in high
God.
school?
Yeah, like my freshman year, my freshman bio,
y'all
like she
motherfuckers
was
work.
crazy. Like she smelled so weird. She would like always light up candles in school. Like it was crazy, bro. She was a crazy lady.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, you get a lot of crazy people teaching physics. Yeah, I had an insane lady teaching, and I'll tell you this: I'll stand on business about like what I don't know. I'm not a very intelligent person. That lady one day tried to tell the entire class that all waves move at the same speed,
No.
and I was just like, yeah, I was like, you're saying that incorrectly, and she was just like, no, like by the end you'll understand, and I was like, nope,
No,
you're
we just-
incorrect.
We just learned frequency.
I was like, they might have different. I was like, but you're definitely saying which one. And she's like, no, you want. And I was like, I don't know if I can drop this one, ma'am. I've watched waves; they move at different speeds.
So Kyle, growing up, did you you said you moved around a lot?
Yeah.
So like, you said you lived in Georgia. Like, where were you born?
So I was born in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Oh wow, that's where I grew up.
Yep, me and my. So last time I said this in a podcast, everyone got very confused and they laughed at me. I think it'll make sense. Me and my brother, we have different mothers. We were born in the same hospital room. So my dad had a kid, and then 5-6 years later was with a different woman, and she was pregnant. And as they were walking into the hospital room, he went like, "I think I've been here before."
Wow.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
That is wild.
Yeah,
That's
small
He's like,
world.
oh shit.
Yeah, so I was born in Schaumburg, and then
What hospital in Schaumburg?
I don't know the name of the hospital, to be honest.
Galexian Brothers or something?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Yeah.
I think I know where that's at. I
Yeah.
mean, like literally, I grew up like down Schaumburg Road.
Okay. Yeah. So I grew up in Schaumburg just for a little bit, and then we moved to Georgia. I lived in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
How old were you when you moved to Georgia?
Really young, not like kindergarten, like preschool type.
Okay,
And then,
but you remember it?
I remember Georgia. I remember living in Georgia. Yeah, we had a real nice house, pool and stuff like that. Caught a copperhead snake in the pool once. Remember that? That was
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Where in Georgia?
Lawrenceville.
Okay,
That's called Lawrenceville. It was really nice.
Schaumburg to Atlanta. Or,
I actually went to the.
Lawrenceville.
I do remember this. I remember walking into. I went to the. It was in '96 or '94. '96 Olympics was when we got bombed in Atlanta.
I don't know.
I went to that Olympics.
Probably 96.
Wow.
Yeah, so I remember walking in and seeing the sign that was the rings. Like I can see that in my head.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's a crazy
Yeah.
Oh,
memory.
you're a survivor.
yeah. So I mean, I wasn't there when it got bombed. Yeah, so yeah, so went to that.
Survived
So
the
then
Olympic bombing.
so then after that we lived in So then we got a house in Kansas. But when we got a house in Kansas, my dad got the job there, and he lived there for probably like 2 or 3 months and worked. And me and my mom lived with my aunt in Wisconsin for probably like 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
And then after that, then we moved to Kansas, and we lived in Wichita, Kansas for a few years. And then after that, we moved to Illinois,
So how
Lot of
old were you
jumping
when you
around.
moved back here?
like 3rd grade.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Okay, so you were mainly jumping around when you were like
yeah, real
Tyler,
little kid.
basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then where in Illinois did you come back to?
Fox River Grove.
Fox River Grove.
Yeah.
So you've been
shout
there
out
ever
Fox
since.
River
Uh-huh,
Grove,
uh-huh.
Nice.
the
Yep.
Grove.
Yep.
So what was it like growing up in the Midwest and everything? Do you play sports or?
I played sports. I played football. I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was like a big
That was
part.
like your main sport.
Yeah, that was the
As a
only
kid?
thing I did. That was a big part of my life in my youth. Yeah, so I think I started maybe like 5th or 6th grade, something like that. And then I played throughout grade school. Cary Grove is like so there's the 2 towns, Cary and Fox River Grove. They
Yeah.
have like a very, very good like feeder program into their high school.
Okay.
So I played with like a lot of kids who, were already like, getting ready to be on the high school team and stuff. And then so before I went to high school, the year before and the year after, like that 6-year span, my high school only lost like one regular season game. We were like really dominant in the area for a while. So that was like, it was a really like fun experience to be a part of something like that. So
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like you took it pretty seriously as a kid then.
Yeah. On the team, I guess, I played in special teams and stuff. They put me in sometimes in defense. I wasn't the greatest kid, but I was out there. Yeah. So
And then
Oh, wait, real quick. Speaking on your football career, I know a fun fact is you played Justin Pete.
Justin Pete, yeah.
Really?
So even
world.
Justin is the whole world might not know. Justin Pete is very high level wrestler. He's fought for us. He's actually out there just coaching Dre.
Yeah.
So Justin Pete was on the Johnsburg football team. He was one of their superstars, but also too on his team was CJ Fedorowicz. And CJ Fedorowicz went to the NFL. He played for the Texans for a while. So we played against him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I remember I heard you say a story about guarding Justin.
Yeah.
So I'll break it down real quick.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
these
No,
guys. It's really
I
funny.
was guarded, but I just remember so it was like towards the end of the game. So we were our team was just very good. So we were winning by a lot towards the end. But I still remember they threw Justin a pass in the open field. And I I was covering somebody else, and I turned around to because he caught it, and I squared up in front of him. He's probably 10 yards in front of me, and I just remember he started running, and I was like, yeah, he's way faster than me. And he just not even juked me out, just ran away from me, as you would run away from a little kid. I just couldn't even put a hand on him. He's so fast, motherfucker. Yeah.
So he was a receiver and you were a defensive back?
He was a running back, and I was a
okay.
linebacker. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Justin was really good.
So you were mainly a linebacker in high school?
Yeah, I played linebacker. I played offensive line sometimes, and then as we got more, as people got bigger, and I kind of stayed the same size and moved tight end and stuff like that. So yeah,
I was kind of jumped around a little bit.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
yeah, football's always fun. I still enjoy it. Anytime I would get the opportunity to watch football, it's definitely something it's hard for me to pull my eyes away from.
Yeah.
But the sport has changed a lot, and I have other interests, so I try to not let myself get too addicted to it, but it's still so enjoyable.
I don't know. I'm a big football fan. I've always watched the NFL since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's too fun. It's a very very raw sport,
Yeah.
So it's to me sports is about finding the most without the most added skills needed for people to show their athleticism. So obviously track and things like that, they have no ability to affect each other. So then I don't know if that is a sport, but then fighting to me is almost one of the greatest. It's awesome if they do, but someone doesn't really need to know much, and they could be kind of effective at fighting.
Yeah,
Right?
and there's so many ways to develop your style too.
Someone could not really know much, and they can play football and be pretty good. You could just take a freak athlete and have them play football. Now, if you take just a freak athlete and have them play basketball, they could do okay, but there's some major things they won't be able to do. Now, if you take that same freak athlete and have them play baseball, they wouldn't be effective at all, because it takes a vast amount of skills.
Yeah.
And then to me, that just falls in the same category as something like chess, where you just
Yep.
need to know the skills, and then it's more of a game. Now, obviously baseball is a sport, but there's a level of
How dynamic it is, pretty much.
yeah. And I don't know if that's and obviously this is all just opinion and sport and game. They're just words that we're using to make a differential of things. But that I would say that's why I would prefer watching something like football versus
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm with you. I mean, that's why I love it too, because there's so many ways that a game could play out.
Yeah.
And there's so many variables and factors that could go into how a team performs or who wins, and a game can flip on anything,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, and
Yeah.
every year something brand new will happen that as not happened before, and it's because of the variety of the sport, it gives it the ability for really really wild things to happen.
Exactly.
Someone will catch the ball behind somebody's head for the first time, or
Right.
someone will catch it between their legs or something. You'll be like, oh, that's kind of been done before, and it's not really. You'll never see that again.
Yeah.
That's right.
Too, when you said that, I thought about the Saquon backwards hurdle.
Right, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
There's not. And then remember, and this is probably 10 years ago. Remember when Jerome Simpson on the Bengals front flipped over the guy into the NFL? I mean, that was people had done flips before, but it was the first time someone ran straight at somebody and front flipped over them in the end zone. You were like, okay, that's
Man, yeah.
every single baseball highlight is a diving catch. And it's like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You don't really see different like types of highlights.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
and then
too,
a double play.
and then
Like
to
that's like
give-
the craziest thing you'll see.
To give credit where credit's due. Like a few years ago, a guy had like the first ever like unassisted triple play. Like he caught the ball and then he stepped on second and then he tagged the guy who was on second out. So he got the guy who hit the ball out, and then when he stepped on second, he tagged the runner out at first, and then he tagged the guy out at right. So like, I mean, okay, that's cool, but like then watching that, I mean, he literally just jumped there and went bump, like
Yeah.
that was
I mean, I feel like
the backwards hurdle was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, plays like that, it comes down to like how fast you can get to the ball, really. Whereas like hurdling, it requires a certain level of skill.
Yeah.
I guess.
Jump over another man that's trying to physically hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
that's
I mean,
crazy.
there's some freak athletes in the NFL, and it's like you were saying, like I don't know. I think LeBron James could probably play receiver.
Yeah.
Like maybe not now,
Yeah, not
but
now.
like maybe five years ago,
I
he
mean,
probably could.
probably still now. The problem is LeBron is a fairy. So like I'm the biggest, and I'm saying that like people give me a lot of shit. I'm the biggest LeBron love. I love LeBron James. I'm a huge LeBron James fan. He's anytime someone hits him in the face, it's a
Do you think he's the GOAT?
I mean like so there's like different levels. Like who's the GOAT in MMA?
John Jones.
Okay. So like what about like Anderson? 16 fights undefeated, went up weight classes multiple times. It went up weight classes while champion and beat people and came back down. Like, long-term eras, Pride champion, UFC. I mean, there's just different ways to talk about things, right?
Yeah, you can make a case for it for sure.
You can make a case for so many different things
yeah.
of like, and the way I would put it is like,
And what we give value to.
is it the intensity of the fire or the duration that it lasted?
Yeah.
So like, if duration that it lasted while still burning hot, right? There's no argument against LeBron. He's paid for like 23 years at like every year at an extremely high level.
Yeah, since he was a rookie, for sure. Till this day, yeah.
And still is just like top 10 player in the league. Michael played for 15 years,
Yeah.
and was, like the guy for, 10 of them, and then like but those 10, was there someone better at that time? No. And was there someone ever better than that version of that person? Who maybe not, The other argument is like, Michael like has that, like he just refuses to lose. He's like Kobe. He like refuses.
He's not a fairy, yeah.
Yeah. LeBron is just like,
If he loses, he's like, all right.
yeah, he's just happy to like do well.
Yeah.
LeBron actually like loves basketball more than he loves winning.
Mm-hmm.
He's like just happy to be playing basketball and passing to people and stuff and like great game and like he's not a killer.
Yeah,
Well-
is that why you think his success might be like overlooked a little bit?
No, people just don't like him.
Yeah, because he's a fairy.
When people would like bring,
Maybe. I don't think.
That's like one of the reasons why I don't think he's the GOAT. Like just because it's like in terms of toughness.
Interesting.
but you also got to think about it. Like when people bring up like these GOAT like talks, every generation is different.
Exactly. Every
And
team
like,
is different.
dude, like no offense to like Michael's like generation, but the players now are so much more dynamic.
I swear.
Like
Yep.
the
That is true,
defense,
yeah.
And so like not even that, but LeBron was playing during that era. Towards the end of that era, he played during the 2000s, and now like the more modern. So it's like he's been able to show his games like through different eras, and it's like he's evolved his game to be
That's how all
still a
sports
part
are.
of that.
That's how all
Yeah,
sports
even
are.
with MMA, like
Yep.
the
You get-
modern MMA guys would probably fuck up a couple of the OGs.
You get people that set the
Yeah.
foundational knowledge, and then that knowledge over time is just built on and innovated every time. So the new GOAT of all time is always reestablished because it's the knowledge pertaining to that time.
Yeah, I mean it's like jujitsu too, right? Like I
Yeah.
mean, like Kyle, like how do you think Gordon Ryan would fare against a prime Hickson Gracie?
You would smash him.
Yeah, I mean it
Maybe you know what? Honestly, though, maybe not. I mean, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
you got to see these things. You just don't. It's
Right.
What I just did is not fair. That's just you don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
like everyone always just says like. So we were just talking about basketball. Like everyone pretty much knows that like Bill Russell is considered one of the greatest ever. would probably not do well against like mid-level guys today. But
yes.
Yeah.
that's I don't know that. You know, and like we just said about like having like a killer instinct and stuff, like, dude, like, have you ever seen just like some like old man who just like is tough and like played basketball and then he goes against some street kid who's like good and just like locks him the fuck up? It's
My
just
dad.
like, yeah, I mean, there's just
dad.
some, there's like levels to things that are just
Yeah.
like different, you know, and it's, yeah, I mean like that fucking, did you ever see the Scallenge?
The Scallon.
Yeah, Brian
No.
Scalabrine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean,
the White Mama. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
like
maybe,
he
yeah.
did this. You ever see that?
Mhm.
So he did this whole thing where he's just like, I will play old, you know, people who played in college and stuff and think that I suck, and
Yeah.
he smoked everybody.
I've
And
seen that. Yeah.
it's like, you know, there's levels to shit, and then
For
and then
real, yeah.
the levels between them is actually not that good.
Mhm.
It's the reason the NBA doesn't do. The WNBA did a big one-on-one tournament, and like just some random girl won. And they know that would happen if they did an NBA one, and they can't have that. They can't have Mike Thompson beat Kevin Durant, and that would probably happen. You know, it's just because like it's a team game, and they're talking about one-on-one things, and you know,
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting because a lot of these arguments are like framed in certain ways. So yeah, you're right. It's not totally fair, but I mean it's fun to.
I mean that's what everyone. Yeah, it's a really funny thing, and then like what matters is like do statistics matter at certain points, and then like you know you could always use statistics to like favor certain people, but then like
Right.
if we're gonna use statistics,
Statistics are always growing. It's always changeable, linear, exponential in any way.
well, I mean yeah,
But, yeah.
but I mean they stop when
They do
someone
stop at
retires
a
and
point,
stuff. You
yeah.
stop, and then you have like numbers to go off of,
Mhm.
but like that stuff is very it's like after time has gone by for a while, you don't remember all the other like superlatives of a situation. You only remember like the results of it. So
Right.
like no one knows that like Jamal Lewis was a running back for the Ravens, and he ran for like 2,000 yards, and it's one of the most impressive things to ever happen because he smoked cigarettes the entire season, but no one knows that, and it's just like he's one of the guys who ran for 2,000 yards, and it's like but he's probably the only human who did that and smoked cigarettes all season, like you know, like that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So when did you get interested in fighting?
So
For
I
training jujitsu.
yeah when I
Training jujitsu. Yeah.
when I graduated high school, so while I was working, while I was in high school, I was working at Panera, and one of the kids that I worked with, Kevin Bishke, him and his dad trained jujitsu at Jeff Curran's,
Yeah.
and he just tried to talk me into it all the time. He would tell me like, you know, you got to do these Muay Thai classes. We jump rope for 10 minutes. It's so hard, man. You got to like, you know, so yeah, and then eventually I drove over there and signed myself up, and you know. That was that. Ever since then, I didn't stop. You know, he trained for a couple more years, I think, with me, but then he, you know, kind of lost interest in stuff and stopped training, and I just kept with it.
And since this is a Spazcast, what was your white belt life like?
Oh,
What
wow.
was it like
I-
first starting out for you?
I think I was a white belt for like 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I was a white belt for a long time. So, you know, every time I would get close to like getting a blue belt, you know, just something goofy would happen. I remember one time I got mono, and they got it like really bad, and so I like lost my job at Panera because I stopped working for a while, and like I couldn't pay to go back to the gym, so like I didn't train for maybe like 2 or 3 months for a while. Then I came back and I got close to getting my blue belt again, and then I was playing backyard football and I broke my leg.
Ooh, yeah.
So like I was out for a long time, and like came back healed from that, and then you know, so I mean it's just like, you know, a lot of ups and downs and things, and not as serious with it in the beginning. You know, like I probably as a white belt trained, you know, like 2-3 times a week, and then you know you get your blue belt, and it becomes like I would probably tell you that I trained every day, but it was more like, you know, every other week I would train every day, and then have some time off. And then when I got my purple belt, I was working at the post office, but I started like just, you know, like assisting teaching classes for free at Jeff's. So I started doing that for a while, and I was probably doing that for like a couple years. And then he opened up a new building, and he needed someone to like help run the gym and teach classes. So then I quit working at the post office and started doing that full time. And then, you know, the COVID happened, and Joey opened up this gym, and then after a few years, I came over and started working over here full time. So that's kind of my full jiu-jitsu journey.
For those of you guys that don't know, he's a black belt.
I'm a black belt now. Yeah,
We're all
from
Spaz.
from a white belt to a black belt. That's the whole expansion there.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Are you first degree?
Yeah. So my first degree, I got my black belt in 2020. So my first degree would have been 2023. Yeah.
Nice. Damn. So you've been training for 16?
2009. Yeah, 2009. I got my black belt. I mean, I got my white belt in 2009. So 16 years.
16 years. Wow.
Yeah. June 20th, 2009.
And then Joey's always been like one of your training partners?
No, not. I mean, so Joey's always been. Me and Joey always trained at the same gym. I think he started. So I started when I was like 17. I think he started when he was like 14. He said.
Right. I remember the timeline because when I was talking to you guys when I was making the docuseries, like you started jiu-jitsu when he had like around the time he had his first amateur fight.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember. I remember rolling with Joey like once or twice, just like when I was a white belt and he was a purple belt. Like I remember that, but like he was part of the fight team, and and I just like wasn't part of the fight team. I was just like somebody who's training there. And then when I got hired at the gym with Jeff, that's when we started like training a lot more. Actually, one of the big things was Jeff. Jeff was supposed to have a match against Eddie Cummings for Fight to Win. And Eddie Cummings is like a really good leg locking guy. And I was like the only one who did leg locks a lot in the gym. And so like me and him were training a bunch together. And then he was going to go out to Pedro Sowers, who's like his head coach, to do like a ending of the training camp. And so I was like a pro belt at the time. And I remember like we got done training one day and then I was just like, can I come, out to Pedro's? And he was like, if you get your own hotel room, so like people don't like being around me, but like I'm a good training partner. So we drove out there. I think Joey came out that time with Jeff. And so then like, we trained a lot, the whole weeks and stuff. We trained together. And then I think like after that we just started, we were training a lot and so that's when we started training more together. So yeah, I mean probably the past like 5-6 years is when we became like regular training partners with each other.
Gotcha. At the time, were there a lot of fighters at Team Curran?
When I started, the fight team was really huge, but it very quickly like dissolved to a smaller and smaller thing and a smaller thing. And then like I had one amateur fight, but like the time I did, like there was like the fight team really wasn't like a thing. It was just like few people trying to, but it wasn't really like what.
So that was like towards the end of.
I want to.
When there was.
Yeah, when was your fight?
Yeah, when did you fight? And like.
Maybe
did you always want to fight or like when
in the beginning everything I did was like to do
fighting?
MMA but it just I mean so like I had one fight and then in my fight I got dropped and like my knee I like blew out my knee and so then like I ended up getting like TKO in the fight and then I remember like afterwards like my knee was bugging me really bad but I kept trying to train for like a week or two and then like it was almost like getting worse. So I went to the doctor and got it checked out and he told me like it looks like you might have tore your ACL and I was like fuck I'm gonna be fucked up for a while. And then I went and got an MRI and I didn't. He was like you have like an injury that would tear most people's ACLs. He's like you got lucky yours didn't tear. So I just like took some time off and then I didn't feel comfortable like doing striking classes moving around so I just like came back and was doing jiu-jitsu. And then very quickly after that, I got my first like Fight to Win match. And so then I just like kept doing jiu-jitsu more and didn't start doing striking again, and just,
Yeah, you did a lot of Fight to Wins, right? Because I saw all the posters.
I think I've done it 6 times now, I want to say. 6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, and you said it used to like be a pretty big promotion. Not, like it's still pretty big.
Yeah, it's still pretty big. I mean, they, I don't want to like, say they used to put like a lot more, effort into the shows. I think they, there'd be, bigger venues sometimes and a lot more people there. But I mean, for them, I also think too, back in the day, there was a show every 3-4 months that they were doing. And now they have one like every weekend. So it's hard to, put that much time into things to put them all together, but they're so fun. Every time we do them, we have a good time.
Did you ever do an IBJJF tournament?
I have not. Never done IBJJF.
Were you ever like interested in something like that?
No.
Or like they just never?
No, they don't
like,
let you do heel
Curran?
hooks. They don't let you do leg locks. So I never, never had any interest. Yeah.
What got you interested in leg locks? Because you said that you were kind of interested in it before.
Yeah.
They
It was
can
like-
fights.
So, honestly, what happened was, when I was a blue belt, I was probably a pretty new blue belt, but I don't know why we did, but me and my mother went to New York. I honestly just think for vacation. I think me and her just went, and I trained at Marcelo Garcia's for 2 weeks. And while I was there, I mean, I was already kind of doing this, but I just learned a lot of like single leg X and X guard stuff out there. And so that became like my main game through like blue belt.
Single leg X.
single leg X and X guard and all those types of sweeps and stuff. So that just became a very natural transition to doing leg locks with all those positions. So I mean that just and then too it did become a thing of like we all have that experience of like when you're not one of the better people on the mat, you know, you're just like trying to find something to like, you know, to finally start having some success. And like that was something that would give me a lot of success on the mat. You know, I was the only person who was doing it. So a lot of people didn't know what it was. And like, you know, even if they did, I was the one who was doing it more. So it became, you know, and now it's a pretty common thing, you know, in the scene, but like at the time it wasn't. So, you know, it was something that, you know, I had as a little bit of an advantage for myself, I guess.
Yeah, Marcelo Garcia was like a pioneer like of his time, right? Like he kind of introduced like a lot of techniques.
Yeah. I mean, so Marcelo is like, Marcelo is definitely the GOAT in terms of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So,
So
a lot of people say Hadra Gracie or Gordon. I think it's
I mean, like, you know, so like in the same way we're talking about like MMA, like it's like you said, it's pretty hard not to say that John Jones is. There's not a lot of room for argument.
I mean, he's
there.
kind of like the first name that comes to mind.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
so like same thing with you know, like certain people. There's always arguments on each side. So like Gordon, it's pretty hard to say that Gordon's not, but you know, Marcelo's just very pure. Like we know Marcelo wasn't taking anything. Marcelo was smaller, so had the ability to go up and go against other bigger people and have it look impressive. Like Gordon's just a giant, so it's not too impressive when he beats bigger people. But I mean, Marcelo was definitely a pioneer in that stuff, and for someone who uses those single leg X and X guard style positions, is someone who doesn't really do leg locks, you know, use them for sweeps and stuff like that. So I think it's a very intelligent way to use those positions, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Marcelo, he was like not super athletic too. He was like a smaller guy.
Yeah, I think, I mean, like, and then, you know, we're going into different things. You know, we're talking about different levels of athleticism. He's like crazy balance. Like he could like surf without being taught and stuff like that. Like, so it's, you know, he's small, like chunky legs too. So, you know, it's like a, you know, different level of athleticism, you know?
Yeah. But it's like you said, it was super impressive because he would like do absolutes at like every tournament and he would like win them a lot of the time.
Dominate. Yeah.
And I mean, when he would lose, it would be against like a much bigger guy.
Yeah, I mean, it got to the point that like it's just it would be funny to think that like the big guys would have to come up with like real strategies to beat the little guys. But like a really funny match to go back and watch is Jacare beat him, but he didn't want to like have to deal with his guard at all. So like right away when they touch, Jacare just grabs his gi and pulls him into his guard. So that Marcelo's got to play top. And then, you know, it's just, that is like a funny thing that like you would think as a smaller person to have like a giant person on top of you is like a huge, you know, disadvantage. But like when you're the smaller person, especially like in a gi, if someone can just like grab you and pull you, like just like put you in a triangle physically and stuff, you have kind of no, like, you can't even like ball yourself up, you know, it becomes like a weird dilemma.
Yeah, and I mean another thing that was like really cool about him, he dominated at like every level pretty much. He did like IBJJF, he did like the no-gi and the gi.
Yep.
And he dominated like every ADCC he did. Whereas Gordon, he kind of, I mean, he did do IBJJF like I think as a brown belt, and I think he won worlds, but
He did as a black belt too.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like Gordon's got the same thing as like John Jones. It's pretty hard to argue that he's not. You know, I think he's on like a 70 match win streak or something. You know, it's pretty. Yeah,
and he's
pretty
beaten
impressive.
like a lot, like the greatest grapplers that grapple on earth.
Yeah, he's beaten everybody. I can't think of someone he hasn't. You know. Yeah, fucking Gordon.
Dylan Dennis is my goat.
Yeah,
Dylan
Dylan's out
Dennis.
there. Yeah,
Dylan Dennis is my goat.
Yeah, Dylan's a funny, you know, Dylan's a funny case of like ego ruining your career. He's just someone who doesn't tap and just allowed people to fuck him up so that he couldn't, you know, keep his career going. That's not a smart situation in training, but to each their own.
Dude, some of these athletes are fucking freaks, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to get more in that 3-Eye Atlas shit. More
You
aliens.
think those
Three-Eye
aliens are coming?
Atlas.
I think they're coming, bro.
Yeah, you think they're
Bro,
gonna...
didn't they say it was a comet?
Well, that's what they say, bro. That's what they say.
Well, isn't it gone now anyway?
No, it's not.
No, it's probably still coming. It's not gone?
I thought
No,
they said it was gone. I thought they said it passed.
Give me a second.
Interesting.
Pull that up.
What do you think about that, Kyle? I know you read a lot into stuff.
Honestly, I haven't looked into that one a lot. I mean, that's any vehement conspiracy theorist has had the idea of a fake alien invasion being the move for a while. So I don't know.
So you believe in the Project Bluebeam?
Oh, what was that one? give me some Project Bluebeam.
From what I know about it.
Please give.
From
I'm an old school conspiracy guy.
Understanding of what Project Bluebeam is, it's a whole conspiracy that the government will fake an alien invasion. And some people, like, I guess, theorize that they're going to do it to cover up the rapture.
The return of Jesus Christ.
Of Jesus, yeah.
Interesting.
I haven't heard that. I didn't know.
Interesting.
I read it somewhere. Online.
Such a funny crossover to aliens. I feel like it's one or the other. I feel like it's aliens or religion, right?
You don't think it can be both?
I mean,
you think if aliens were to be proven real, it debunks religion?
I mean, kinda.
Aliens are religion.
I mean, like, imagine an alien coming down from a planet across the universe, and you going like, "Hey, there's magical spiritual beings here," and we all float up to this. They would be like, "The fuck? We just came through the whole universe. That's not out there."
I don't know. I mean, me personally, I don't think that they're like mutually exclusive. I guess I feel like that.
So just like logic this out. So you think there would be other aliens out there that would have their own god and their own heaven that they go to?
It's entirely possible. I mean, like,
no, I feel like the aliens are gonna come back and be like, yeah,
hear me out.
It's entirely possible. I'll hear
Dude,
you out.
hold on. The aliens are gonna come back and they're gonna be like, yeah, that's us, dumbasses.
This might be wild for some people to hear, but I think like there's a lot of mythology, right? Like Greek mythology, like Norse mythology, like Mexican mythology. I feel like a lot of those gods mentioned like in mythology could potentially be real. Because I mean, I don't know. I'm a deeply religious person. I do believe in the Bible. I don't take it literally. I mean, like, verbatim, I guess. But I do believe in it.
Criminal.
And I mean the Bible, I've read the Bible a lot. I grew up going to a Christian school. And it does mention, like, other entities. It, like, God created other things than just human beings, And the Bible mentions, demons and fallen angels and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't think that we are the only life that exists, I feel like there is other stuff out there. And, it might not be in the sense that a lot of people believe it is, like, gray alien necessarily. But I do believe that there are other entities exist that aren't human. So I feel like if it comes out, I don't think he would necessarily disprove it. Obviously, I would want to know the facts. But
I think it would be I think it's very logical, might be the word, to say that if the beings that they are talking about are either aliens or are spiritual things.
Yeah.
And they can't be both, right? So they're either one or the other, right?
I don't necessarily.
And if they were real,
I mean,
so are they spirit aliens?
No.
So are they spirits or are they aliens? And if they show up and they are the beings that they were talking about in the Bible, then people who wrote down in the Bible all these. I mean, so I don't know if you ever read. There's a great book called The Gods of Eden, and it's about like all the crossover between ancient Sumerian texts and the Bible, and about how, like, the Bible talks about God whipping people up from the dirt, and that's like exactly what they talk about in the ancient Sumerian text thousands of years before, was that God made everybody from the clay of the earth and stuff. But in all those texts, they have Enki up in the sky who lived up there and talked to them and stuff, and like this just sounds like aliens making people, right? So the concept would be that like these primitive people had aliens come down and start telling them what to do, and they interpret it as his spirits.
And you do see that in a lot of like religious texts across different religions. Like Hindu texts talk about the same shit, like spiritual beings coming down from the clouds with like, and they do mention like specific devices. I've read Chariots of the Gods, which is what a majority of Ancient Aliens is based on. And I read the whole thing, and I think it's very interesting because it draws the parallels between like ancient religions and like the concepts of aliens. And I don't know. I mean, like the Bible and like a lot of other religions don't necessarily say that like otherworldly entities are purely spiritual. I mean, for like the Bible, for example, I mean, demons are physical beings that like us, like, you know, live lives, I guess.
And if these entities would real, our science would be so off. Like the way us as humans are built upon. Because what are these entities even made of? Are they made up of the same things that we as humans are theorized to be made of? Like
Well, that's another
stars?
thing. I mean, science. I believe 100% in science. I do, and like I don't think that science disproves religion. I don't think religion disproves science. I feel like it's, you know, perception, because everyone looks at things through a different frame, I guess. But
I think religion is a bunch of questions and science is a bunch of answers. So like
science is also a bunch of questions, because I mean, science doesn't answer everything. It answers a lot of things.
science is the attempt to answer questions.
Yes.
And religion is asking
I feel like
questions.
both science and religion are both bases we base our mind off to give answers for what we have questions for and to give foundational understanding as to what
You
we
like
give
just saying
symbols.
words, don't you?
Yeah.
You got,
No.
what'd you say there?
So
say what you
so
want to me like I'm an idiot.
So basically, science and religion, they both have foundational aspects as to what you can build your understanding upon to understand a symbol in the world or understand like a situation, material, anything with a spiritual sense or just things you would regularly have answered or questions for. Or the way that you perceive things in general, like through words and language.
I get what you're
and
saying.
Described.
I mean, all this comes down to like how humans started asking these questions. Because I studied philosophy for like the brief time I was in college, and I mean, philosophy like predates a lot of science. Like people were asking a lot of questions about existence, like before a lot of scientific discoveries were even made. And I feel like science is based off of philosophy and the fact that the scientific method was developed through philosophy. And that comes down to a lot of questions people were asking about existence. So I guess it's just evolution of how humans like
It is
question
evolution.
our existence
And
and
it's like how
surroundings.
society uses the tools around them to like cultivate and create a growing society and preserve whatever's important to that society. So like
Yeah.
science and religion are aspects and elements that society uses to like build a basis or, you know, like move along their norms and morals, whereas science also provides something where us as humans can answer questions off of or like refer to things using a basis of knowledge like math and science. Like we can't necessarily say that they're the realest things, but they help us measure things in the world.
Well, science is the scientific
They are
facts
real,
are
but-
repeatable.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
what makes it a
that's-
scientific fact. So like
that's why-
this is like a Ricky Gervais point. So if we took the Bible and burned all of them and then waited like millions of generations, you wouldn't get the Bible again.
You would.
But if you
you would get like a variation of it. It wouldn't exactly be the Bible, but I feel like humans would still come
Why-
up with like the
why
same concepts.
why would they come up with a story of a guy getting put up on a cross? And I mean but if you took every science book and burned them, you would still come up with E equals MC squared and A squared plus B squared equals C squared and A cubed plus B cubed equals C cubed doesn't work all the way up forever. And all of those things are scientific facts because they are facts and repeatable and not changeable.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
like concepts that us in the world need to survive in general. Like
I mean, yeah, all
calculations.
this is proven through the scientific method, which I feel which was established through philosophy. I feel like,
What do you mean by that?
like just how they test things in general, like how they test theories, like and prove them to be true throughout science. I guess,
What do you mean philosophy built?
like how they developed the scientific method. I mean, like.
I mean, what
Obviously, like humans were questioning like how like we have all these questions and like we have all these supposed answers, but like how do we prove certain things to be true? And like that's how they developed the scientific method to prove like what's true and like what's not. Like
I mean,
turning theory into fact, basically, I guess.
wasn't that everything? I mean, you had to philosophize literally about
Yeah,
anything
it
before
is
you.
everything.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean,
like someone had to make up a chair in their head first before
Exactly.
they made it in reality.
Someone
but
had to
still, that's like
develop
the
the
one
concept.
method that has like carried humanity through its evolution. I feel like that's kind of like taken us through the Stone Age to like what we are now.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have a lot of discoveries without that. So I feel like it's super important, but I feel like we as humans still don't know a lot. I mean, you look at the Kardashev scale, like we're like a 0.7. So I mean, in the grand scheme of things of what's possible, like we're pretty primitive, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, and what could be the reasoning for that? What do you think?
I mean, we're just not that old as a civilization in the grand scheme of things compared to like the Earth, you know? I mean, like the dinosaurs lived like way longer than we did.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kyle?
I think have you ever heard of like Christopher Hitchens? So like he would, I believe he's the right guy. But he would say that like probably like we needed religion for people to develop as a society to this point, you know.
Morally.
Exactly. Like, you know, so like back in the day,
Yeah.
you know, everybody just did whatever they wanted, and you took your punishment in life. Right? So you only got your punishment for what you did in life.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get it, then it was cool. So like if I went around just like killing and stealing and stuff, like unless someone killed and stole me back when I died, it was good.
Right.
And then someone came around and went like, "Hey, guess what? That's not
It's not cool.
they're gonna punish you, I promise you. And actually, you're gonna get punished forever afterwards."
Right.
And that was a good way to start like regulating society for everybody.
Civilization,
It made a
Yeah.
society. It made it. But then like now it's like we made up these stories and stuff. But now like people are a little bit more educated, and now they can go like these stories are kind of just stories. And then like some people still stick to like, no, this is real. This actually happened. And then like now you have to kind of be like nice to those people to not be offensive.
Yeah.
And then but then you're having a conversation with someone who is basing a lot of their belief in something that has no fact in it. And if you and like you said, so if you have a real religious debate with somebody, it will always break down to them looking at you and going like, well, this is where you have to have faith. And it's like, I would rather have a fact than faith.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I think it's kind of a nihilistic way of looking at it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I definitely wasn't religious for a long time, and that's kind of how I perceive things. I was like, well, fucking science tells us that we came from, you know, the dirt, and we're just going to go back to the dirt. That's all there is to it. I thought that for a while, like a few years. I was like, this is the only life we get. You know, we're a tiny speck in an infinite universe. I don't know, and it's tough to describe. I feel like going through.
It makes you uncomfortable. That makes you uncomfortable.
What do you mean?
To everybody, right? The idea of like that you don't matter, that you are just a speck in the middle of everything and you don't matter. That makes people uncomfortable.
It does.
So then it feels very comforting to know that like something will happen afterwards, right? But like you could also just flip it and realize that like this is your one opportunity to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And everyone's thinking to themselves like, oh man, when I die, I'll get the opportunity to do whatever I want. It's like, actually, no, it's reverse. When you're alive is your one and only time to do literally whatever you want. You get to
I
live.
agree.
This,
I do.
This is truly what they were talking about in the Bible as your version of heaven. This is it. There ain't, you know, there might be, but like you shouldn't have planned for something afterwards like that. This is the greatest experience that people will get, and they need to start like living like that.
I agree. I do feel like we are given this life to like fully discover who we are and like, you know, learn how to be a good human being. I feel like it's essential. I feel like to live your life is to the fullest. But I don't know. I don't think that this is all there is. I really don't.
I don't think there's anything to it. There's nothing. There's not. I mean, it's this. So, like you said, this is very dark and like nihilistic. But I don't think like what is the meaning to life? Like we as humans,
What meaning do we give life?
we've trumped it so many times over. No animal gets to just die of old age. It literally doesn't happen. If you start getting old and weak, something's going to eat you, or you're going to freeze to death, or you're not going to be able to eat and stuff.
Yeah.
We get to get cancer and die.
Peacefully.
I mean, it's amazing. It's like
Yeah.
we created the most amazing thing ever. We trumped what like the meaning of life is. And so then like now truly like we are masters of our own universe and then get to decide the meaning for ourselves, which is truly amazing.
It is. I
And
feel
we are
like the
different from
awareness
every
of that
species.
is an amazing thing. But I don't know. I feel like as a society we're we could be as human beings.
Oh yeah,
you know?
obviously.
Because I mean, we understand what we're capable of through science, but we're nowhere near close to that. And I mean, like in general, like most humans are emotionally immature. So it's like you look at history. It's like, why did a lot of great civilizations fall? Immaturity, stupid decisions. Like every great civilization fell because of human nature, and you know it's bound to happen again because we're humans.
Unless the aliens come and get us.
They could. I mean, it's probably happened before.
They fucking got Charlie.
Yeah, I think it has. I don't know.
Dude.
You think aliens have came before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fucking
Totally.
knows. Shit.
I don't know.
I'm right.
Yeah,
here.
Interesting.
What do you think, Kyle? How were the pyramids built?
How are the pyramids built? I mean, idea one, they were underwater before.
Do you? Oh.
Ooh.
A lot easier to move the rocks underwater.
That's
Now,
that's
also,
something I actually haven't heard before.
now also too, I'll give you a lot of stuff you haven't heard before.
Should I bring the board out?
So I'll break it down for you. So fucking if you've ever heard, I don't know the guy's book, but he breaks down a whole thing about how they're power plants and granite, especially rose granite under high pressures actually gives off electrostatic.
Wait, is this the recent thing where they found out, or they said that they could be deeper, like the pyramids?
No, this
That's
Chris
different?
Dunn. Chris Dunn
Okay.
Chris Dunn is a book from years and years ago about how they're the Giza power plant, how the whole thing's a power plant.
Yeah.
The big thing is that those rocks under certain pressure give off electrostatic. Well, if you put those rocks at the bottom of the ocean, they would constantly have a ton of pressure on them, which would make it a constant running power plant, correct?
Yes.
Right. And that's also why they're created like pyramids, is because they shoot the energy up into the air so that everyone could use them.
And water conducts electricity.
There you go. Especially salt water even more.
Wow.
And isn't
Wow.
it crazy that there's like a lot of pyramids all over the world?
And isn't it crazy too that you could just dig up the limestone from the bottom of the water and it would be like at the bottom of the ground, it would be really gooey and soft, and then you could just take it to the top of the water, you could float it up there, and then the sunlight would get on it, it would dry into a rock, and then you could just let it go and it'd fall exactly where you wanted it to. And
It's such an interesting concept. Like, why a pyramid? Like, what do pyramids hold? Like, what kind of value does? You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why?
It's-
why
I've heard a
pyramid?
lot of
It's
different things of
obviously
what
a
they
power
could
plant.
be.
Have you
Yes.
seen them walk around in there? All right,
that's-
they're this fucking the hallway.
think the
You have to
oil's
crawl
coming
around
from?
in there, and they didn't have electricity. How did they see? They didn't walk around with torches in there. It would have filled with smoke.
Yeah, ain't no.
There's
ain't
no oxygen in
Right.
there.
I've
Exactly.
heard a lot of theories about this, and like I've heard that like all the pyramids kind of like are related to each other.
They all lie
you
on
know?
the same line.
Yeah,
that's-
They all lie on the
yeah,
same
yeah,
line,
yeah.
2 lines. Yeah,
That's what I was trying to go to, but I couldn't remember the facts, so I
Yeah.
just said there's a lot around the world.
yeah.
And
So
a lot of people say that they're a means for aliens to travel like from here to
Portable,
other places.
they're Teslas. Charge your Teslas, bro.
yeah, I think they're probably more. I think they're more probably power plants. Yeah, that people had all over and used. You know,
Do you
Wait.
think?
Oh, real quick. Like I was watching. Speaking on the pyramids, how there's some all over the world. Have you guys seen the new Fantastic Four?
no.
I was just watching it.
Yeah.
So basically, like you know how like they
Oh, I watched that
teleport
shit
the
too.
Uh-huh.
planet.
Yeah, yeah.
What if that shit was like kind of the same
Wait,
thing?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Explain
Oh,
it to
It
me.
was so they just this like a classic. It's really really funny because this is an old Justice League verse Darkseid. This is exactly what they do in one of the old comics, and they just did it Fantastic Four versus Galactus, but they just open up a portal and push
Yeah.
him through it to like another universe.
Yeah. So the
so they
idea.
can't come fight him.
Yeah. So the idea is like Galactus is gonna come up and like eat their Earth. And so they're like, how do we get it out? And like Reed Richards was so happened to like he was working on like a teleportation device. And then he's like, this is how we do it. We just teleport to a different, all of Earth to a different part of the universe where he can't find us. And so like they start building like power plants and shit around the world.
Around the cities and
Around,
everything.
yeah. And then like they start to power up and then Surfer comes and like destroys it and stuff like that.
And then she ends up pushing fucking Galactus
At the
into
end.
po-
They use that same thing.
They got to teleport
Like a
Galactus.
Yeah.
wormhole.
Yeah,
Basically.
Wow.
yeah, they wormhole him up. Yeah,
I've heard that like physicists are trying to create a wormhole.
yeah.
Nah, we're going to die if they do that.
And here's
yeah,
the thing.
I just don't like. Okay, this will sound. Have you ever seen something that doesn't make sense when you see it, and then after it's explained to you, it still don't make sense?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I can't like.
I don't know, like optical illusions, I guess.
Right? And then they show you the optical illusion. You go like, oh, okay, I see why I'm not like.
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
When someone says to me, like when I see when I see the movie Interstellar and they tell me that gravity is different on this planet and so time's different, my brain just immediately goes, no. No matter where I am, time is still
the same. It's
time
relative.
is literally just something exact. It's literally just something I make up.
Yeah.
So like the
because
idea,
it's a construct.
it's just like, so that is again, like my teacher telling me that waves move different speeds. I'm not saying they're wrong, but they are saying what they're trying to say wrong. They're not articulating it correctly.
I mean, I get the concept, and I don't know.
It
like
doesn't make sense. And
the gravity, because the planet was like right next to a black hole, and the gravitational pull was strong. I guess I don't know. I'm not a physicist.
That's what I'm saying. That's
get it.
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess I should take everything I hear with a grain of salt.
I mean that I mean it's
And
just
that's how it is. Like with everything.
No, for real, yeah. I don't believe everything I hear. I mean,
I mean,
believe everything.
but when do you? You know,
Exactly.
so like
I guess it's discernment. I guess,
people
for, like,
people will
personal
give
discernment.
me shit all the time for like my like beliefs and things, and I'll just tell people all the time with stuff is just like I just believe in something up to the amount of like
As much as you can believe it.
as much. The word is definitely not evidence because it's not always
Logic.
like truthful, but the amount of information I have on the topic, I believe it up to that, and I
Yeah.
will articulate what I know about it. And until somebody gives me other information, I'll flip on it immediately if someone proves something different. I mean, I'm always I go back and forth all the time about them going to the moon.
I
mean,
feel
'cause
like
it makes so much sense. If you just read all the Apollo missions in order, it just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
They were just like, yo, can we get up there? Let's see if we can get up there. All right, fine. They blew up a couple ships, and then we're finally like, okay, we'll call it something new. Apollo 1, they had a few before that blew up, but they didn't want to say 4, so they said Apollo 1, and then they went to space, and then they were just like, okay, can we go to space and stay up there? Okay, can we go to space and like have a ship break in two? Okay, can we have a ship go to space, break in two, and come back together? Can we get out to the moon?
But how did it get off the moon?
It launched itself off. I mean, that's the real
Christian's
I don't know.
Christian. That's the realest video I've ever seen.
I don't think that the moon
this
landing
can only be
That's the
didn't
calculated
most
happen.
with
real.
math.
I have
That's
my
the most
questions.
real video I've ever seen.
We
Is
need
that
math in this
that lander
conversation.
popping off the moon? I've never seen a more real video in my life.
I
okay?
haven't been. I'll tell you, I haven't been convinced otherwise. I don't think that it didn't happen, mainly because of like the Soviet Union. Like, I don't think they would lie about like losing. So that's
How would they know?
I don't know.
Dude, it's funny because me and Perky were just he showed me a video the other day about this.
I mean,
It's
like
so
seriously,
funny.
like, did you go watch Oppenheimer?
Oh,
Yeah, I've
Right?
seen
And how
Oppenheimer.
we just went like, yeah, they were stealing our nuclear secrets. They were stealing our nuclear secrets.
Were they?
We were stealing their fucking nuclear shit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like everything on both sides is very like, yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
history is written by the
The
winners.
winners.
Yeah.
I mean, and just
Yep.
like, yeah, you just start
Yeah.
feeding them. I mean, have you ever heard about like all the famous American painters that they boosted up? That like all the like Jackson Pollock and all that type shit.
Yeah.
Like all that really shitty art that people tell you is good, right? They, on purpose, made those people famous. The CIA made those people famous so that the Russians would be like, what the fuck is going on in America? How I don't understand why they like
Yeah.
this stuff. I mean, like this, and then now people judge Jackson Pollock's and be like, I mean, this is the most like fucking beautiful thing I've ever.
So it's all just a psyop.
It's. I mean, it's all the fucking all the art that's out there that people go like, I don't see why people buy these pictures that are just nothing. And it's like, well, the reason that person bought that is because
Right.
like that guy owed that guy a bunch of money that he can't pay him legally. So that guy puts a line on a piece of paper, and then he goes to the other guy's friend and he appraises that for $14 billion. And then that guy, right, and does it as a donation. And then, like, I mean, everyone is just like, you know, we're all not playing the same game.
I've also
Money
heard that
laundering.
I've also heard like a lot of rich people use art as a means to launder money since
Yes,
they're like
it's-
since they're tax
yes.
write-offs, I guess.
Yeah.
And like that's why they're priced at like ridiculous
what's it called?
fucking like values, like
What
you
do you
know.
think about
What's that
Perkins?
Jay-Z
bro.
song
Art
called?
is fucking evil, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Magna
What's that Jay-Z
Carta?
called? Oh, no.
Sing it a little bit. Sing
Yeah,
a little bit.
The OJ song.
Yeah.
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay. What are the lines?
The story of OJ.
The story of OJ. One of the lines he says, he's like, he's
the
like,
Dumbo?
no, he goes, you're on Instagram waving money to your ear, but there's a disconnect because we don't call that money over here. Like
I'll pull up the lyrics.
That's it. And so like everyone is trying to acquire money, not even realizing that like to the people that run shit, those are the fun tokens you had in school.
Mm-hmm.
It's that
Money.
don't even matter.
Yeah.
They own land and
Yep.
fucking buildings and shit.
And
it's-
countries and shit,
yes, it's
yeah.
not even like that. That's not even a thing. And so then like when you own countries, your country calls up the other country and goes like, hey, we're going to say we landed on the moon and you're not going to say anything. And then everyone's going to shut the fuck up. Cool.
So the CIA totally topples governments.
I mean, that's known.
Yeah,
That's
it
known.
is a fact.
I mean, have you ever seen Charlie Wilson's War?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I have.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like-
dude, I love that movie.
I
Actually,
mean, but so that is that's a funny like haha movie, and then like there's just like throwaway lines of just like, you know, if I don't have
Yeah.
if I don't have Dunta taken prisoner, then like, you know, that guy's gonna win that, and it's just like what? And then you realize that like we overthrow the leadership of Greece. What's going on in Greece? Have you ever heard anything about Greece?
No,
I
just
heard
Pete.
that they went bankrupt at one point.
Well, when was the last time Greece was in a war? Why do we overshow the leadership of Greece?
14 something.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, It's funny. It's funny how we overthrew every single leader of every country that borders Russia. And the last one that we had to get was Syria. And fucking for years they were going, that guy's gassing his people, that guy's gassing his people. And everyone was like, can someone like put up a video? And they're like, I mean, but he's gassing his, we cannot get these videos out in time. He's gassing his people. We got to get in there.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this begs another interesting question that a lot of people are asking nowadays. It's like, does our government have any real power?
I was waiting for this
Yes.
question.
I mean, we're yeah.
Like-
We run it. I mean, everyone's like all upset.
You don't believe in a shadow government?
It's ours.
Yeah, it's ours. Like we run it, but like the
No, I'm
people in
talking
power.
about like literally Congress, like our congressmen and women.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they run it, but I think it's like
Like literally our
it's still
government,
the
our
un-
judicial system, the executive branch. Like I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
to an extent.
sure.
guess.
I mean, but like, I would say this: no,
Yeah.
but like not realizing that like, we are all part of the Empire in Star Wars.
Yes. I do
Yeah,
think
I
that.
think
no,
like this
100%.
too.
I think the United
think
States
like
is
this.
the
And
empire.
everyone thinks they're the rebels,
Yeah, no.
right? Like we just don't get it. Like
Yeah.
and so then like it's. I don't know. I mean, like, and then, like you said, like, are we toppling governments in other countries? It's like, yes, but like, I don't know, man. I really don't know how I feel about it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's-
like waking up and just doing nothing.
yeah. I mean, and like, it's, but we just have no, like you said, it's people doing what people want. I mean, we just have no, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's like, fucking people are gonna fight, and like, if they want to fight, like, let them fight. And if people like want to be peaceful, they'll be peaceful and let them be peaceful. And like, I don't, you know,
Yeah.
the peaceful people, right? The peaceful people are always trying to tell like the warring people to stop, and the warring people are going to the peaceful people like, you need to fucking fight. And it's like, I think we should just let people do like what they fucking want to do.
Or what if sometimes the peaceful people want the warring people to keep warring
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
certain? For
Well, then
certain
they ain't
reasons,
peaceful.
You know?
Well, sometimes the peaceful
They
people will
pretend
go
to
to
be
war.
peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
A
up?
triangle. No, I was just saying.
They-
Sometimes the peaceful people will go to war with the warring people just to get peaceful people to
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, you have to. I mean, are you I mean,
It's just a triangle.
until we all decide to be one like nation,
Mhm.
you know, as a thing.
That's
Which
that's
is why the
definitely
aliens
what's
are coming.
holding us back from advancing as a society. I feel like all the division, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't be every single movie. The utopia is horrible,
that is a good point.
and it's the only option.
Yeah, so maybe conflict is necessary.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
think so.
if we
It was
want to
necessary to develop.
if we want to live in like a global planet where things work out, like
Yep.
between
We just
everybody.
need war all the time.
No, we don't
Not
need
a
war all the time.
but you've
we
needed
need
war.
we need literally, like, if you throw a piece of trash in the street, fucking, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, your life's over. Because guess what? There'd be no fucking trash in the street, and like everyone would be up to like this amazing standard, and then like everyone would be amazing.
So I
and
guess
it's like, well, I want to be lazy, and it's like, well, then you can't be part of the big thing because we're all doing the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's just a matter of like expectations.
It's,
Like,
it's well, I mean, it's
yeah.
like the two options, and we always float in the middle. The two options are complete freedom or utopia, and utopia is going to have a million rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Americans do complain about a lot of stuff, and for a lot of stuff, like for good reason. But a lot of people also don't realize how good we have it compared to like
Yep.
the rest of the world and other countries, and like how bad how bad it is in other places. Because I mean, as much as we complain about in our government and all that, I mean, I don't know, we don't have it that bad.
World-
Granted, you know, I mean, we're like kind of in the middle class. So, I mean, there are people out there that are struggling pretty bad. But I don't know. The fact that, you know, the middle class exists, maybe we're not doing that bad.
I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I think
Look at
if
us.
you're living in America, you're probably
You're doing well.
probably doing
Yeah.
If you're living
But
in
I
a
I agree with
developed
that.
country,
I
you're
agree.
doing well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm you don't. But also too, I'm not allowed to say that for someone who is homeless and, you know, is
Factual.
living a life that sucks. You know, they might tell you like it's not that good. You know, they would definitely tell you it's not that good. And, you know, everyone's got their own situation.
And that's where variables come in. And that's where people start to question, do we really live in a really good country? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
We're doing that right now.
I mean, like,
Exactly.
objectively, yes. But I mean, I don't know. People like to
Yeah, people shape their thoughts off
people
of
like
their
to become
experiences.
entitled, you know, and they want to have all these expectations of like, oh, we should, like, things should be like this, things should be like that. So I mean, we like to criticize politicians, and
let me just tell you like
I'm
this.
not saying our government's perfect, but
You-
it's like,
you can't live like
Yeah.
in definitionally, okay, like in the same way they do. You cannot be a homeless, jobless person on like the streets of like Mexico or Africa. You wouldn't be able to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would die, right? People have the ability to literally just walk outside around here and lay down, and no one will
Right,
touch
and then
them.
Exactly. And then you
Fucking what the fuck?
Dude, if you go to Mexico, you're getting robbed for what you got on.
Instantly. I mean, right? And
Speaking of Mexico, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, we have it so good compared to Mexico.
I heard
My
it's getting
dad-
pretty bad
yeah,
out
like,
there.
my dad just
I've
came
heard
back.
some crazy things about the president. Like,
He-
she's like directly tied into like the cartel
Well,
and shit.
Not even that. It's like she, like this.
what's her last name?
Shine bomb.
Oh, weird. That's
Where,
sorry,
where does that come from?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And it okay, but anyways, yeah, like this dude. So my dad's from Durango, and Mazatlan is right next to it. It's like in the East Coast. So basically, like this dude, fucking went to Mazatlan, got abducted or like kidnapped, whatever. And the mom is like making a lot of noise from Durango. So now like my dad has like a plot of land over there, but he said he didn't go because in Mazatlan, if they see anybody with the license plate from Durango, they'll automatically fuck you up and like rob you and kidnap you. And I was like, yeah, if they try to do that here in the States, that wouldn't fly. I was like, dude, we got it good.
Yep,
Yeah.
we do got it good.
100%. I mean, it's just the fact that we are at our core a democracy. I mean, like, our state governments have enough power. Like, if, you know, our federal government did go corrupt, if we have a good governor, you know, maybe they won't.
And a
do
good
so
way
bad.
of a good way of determining this too is like, what is the most popular way that people die today? Is it by disease? It's actually not. It's fucking
Car accidents?
no. It's obesity.
Yeah.
It's the number one problem.
Shout
that
out
causes-
McDonald's.
That causes death today in the United States.
God, I want McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, so like, yeah, what's again, back to what's the point of life? they figured it out. I mean, that is like life personified right there. Like, so now we need to make something new.
Mm-hmm.
We got to come up with something, like, as a society.
I mean, what's next? You know, I mean,
Simulation.
I guess technology is kind of gonna
it's very,
decide that.
it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy. You just explain to everybody that we need to run the fucking universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, listen.
Well, that's like what we're capable of. Yeah.
Not now. Not
Like-
if everyone's walking around going, there's fucking aliens out there that are better than us, and there's fucking spirits running everything. Like, we need to fucking make ships and travel through the fucking universe and literally go, like, what the fuck's up? Who's out there?
In reality, the aliens probably aren't that great. They're probably like some fucking like.
Because there's none of them. Dude, fucking we ain't
People
seen
say
shit.
like octopus, like octopi, octopuses
Octopus.
are aliens.
Octopuses, yeah.
We're aliens to them too. Shit.
But I mean, like, I don't know. How much have you read into like what octopuses like how they function? They're very intelligent creatures.
They are.
And they're like kind of a unicorn, like in the sea. You know, like there's no other like sea creature that are like octopuses.
Nah, fuck that. I'm with Kyle. Let's go take over the universe.
You know, an octopus can fit through a hole the size of its eye.
Yes, and they
Crazy.
can like
Yeah,
they
that's
can
fucking
break out
amazing.
of their tanks and
Damn.
shit.
Yep.
They're crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kyle, what's the craziest fact you got in your head right now? I know you got some good facts.
Crazy facts?
Or story.
I don't got crazy facts.
Why can't we talk to dolphins? Like, why? There's
You
like,
can talk to dolphins. They do all the time. They're not allowed to.
Dude.
It's illegal.
yeah, but why? Why
Because we taught them to put bombs on ships, and so then they don't. I'm serious.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
They taught dolphins to put bombs on ships, and so then they
I
stopped
read
letting
that
them.
somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, their like intelligence is like kind of close to humans, right?
yeah. They're vastly. I mean, but so like, I mean, it's all relative. Like, they would talk about them having like the same like body to brain ratio that we do.
It's the left hemisphere, right? That's what it is.
But their brains just like your body size compared to your brain ratio. Theirs is very close to ours, and most other animals, their brain is much smaller. But like really, really intelligent birds, like crows and stuff, I mean, their brain is like the size of like a fucking pebble, and they are some of the smartest animals in the animal kingdom. So like, that might not be a factor.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know.
not much correlation.
Yeah,
maybe.
and so I mean, so we don't know. I mean, what they're here's a funny one. You know what dolphins do? They suck on pufferfish to get high.
yeah, I
And
heard of that.
you know what the first thing they do afterwards is? They swim to the surface, and then they can see themselves in a reflection in the top of the surface, and they realize like, oh, I'm a dolphin.
Wow, I
Yeah.
I never thought of there being a reflection like looking up.
Yeah, you never saw yourself before, right? Yeah,
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I've always had terrible vision, so I can never really see underwater.
yeah. All right, so you want to hear some funny
Yeah,
theories?
yeah,
I'll tell
yeah.
you
Let
some
me
stuff.
see. Let
Okay,
me
so
hear
this is a good one. This is
I like hearing these.
Yeah. So I've floated this through my head for a while. Many stages in this one, right?
Mhm.
So, like, so this is what you're just saying. Like, I think it's funny to think that like life is so different on the planet, but like it's all almost the same too. Anything that's alive has
Conditions for life, yeah.
anything that's alive has water in it.
Blood.
Eyes are like an extremely common evolutionary thing, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's the same like things happen over and over again. You don't get 3-legged animals.
Nope.
You get 2s and 4s, right?
Yeah.
You don't get things with 2 heads unless it's fucked up. You know, there's a very like standard protocol of like, this is like how like life is made.
But yeah, that kind of goes back
Right.
to like Darwin's like theory of evolution, and like
So
how traits develop. over time.
Water is the living
It's life.
thing.
It's literally
Yes.
life.
We are all just parts of the big thing of water that broke off, that are like
And
walking around and figuring out the planet and gathering little bits of stuff to then eventually die and dissolve and just go right back into that same puddle, right?
Yeah, carbon-based life forms.
Yeah. So
Yep.
all that
Oxygen.
yeah, we are carbon based, right? But like only probably because the water landed on this planet that has a lot of carbon on it,
and that's
Yeah.
the thing
Right.
that all things in life need to survive. It's
Right.
water.
right? They don't need the carbon, they need the water.
And we need to be like in a habitable zone, like a certain distance from a star, for water to be present,
Water.
possible. Yeah.
So it doesn't burn up.
so
We
it
need
doesn't
oxygen
evaporate and so it
for
doesn't
water.
freeze,
Yes.
right? But so this is a very common theory, is that we have Earth Earth got hit by something and broke.
Meteors, yeah.
No, something huge.
Oh.
So there was Earth 1 and Earth 2.
Yeah.
So Earth before the moon and Earth after the moon.
Yeah,
Earth got
'cause-
hit, and then the moon is part of the Earth.
The
that
moon
broke
is like
off.
half of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Earth. Basically.
And the reason that they know that is the moon doesn't rotate, and so it wasn't formed in the rotational forming of the universe, and it also is a quarter of the size of the Earth, which is too big for the Earth's gravitational pull to hold on to it. So it couldn't have.
It had to be within that.
And it's
force
going.
of gravity.
It's going away from us. It'll eventually.
Yeah, it's
break
getting
off from us.
further and further away.
So what happened was, and this is obviously this is where we get to Kyle theory, but this is what happened, right? Was a big ice rock came and hit the Earth, right, and broke off the piece of the moon, and then as that ice rock hits the Earth, right, it starts evaporating immediately. And as it evaporates and hits space, there's going to be a layer that's hitting space that's freezing, and a layer that's becoming water, and then a middle layer that's boiling. And that's literally exactly how our atmosphere got created, right? Some of the O molecules break off. That's why you have O2 at the top of the atmosphere. Boom, that creates. And then it slowly just does its thing. It evolves through years, gathering information and things like that, right? And then now, when the sun completely expands, the sun is going to expand close to the Earth. It won't actually envelop the Earth, but the sun will get so big that it will get so close to the Earth that all the oceans will boil off of the planet, right? So now when the oceans boil off the planet, they will boil off and they will freeze together into a rock. And then the part of the rock that's frozen that's pointing towards the sun will melt, right, and vaporize because it's hot, which will push it off into space. And then it will just do that until it hits another rock. I know it's going to do it again.
And create another Earth.
And it's going to do this over, boom, boom. It's going to do this over and over again. So water just freezes and travels through space, creating life every time it hits something. And then when the sun gets too big, it evaporates right off and goes to another thing. Now, this could be unintentional. This could just be a feature of water. But this could also be intentional. This could be a feature of a thing. It could be something we made. Right? So there could have been a alien thing that realized that their planet was going to explode, right? And they would have liked to time travel before that, but you can't figure it out in time. So all you do is you shoot a bunch of water off into the Earth, off into space, and hopefully it lands another planet. And then eventually that will evolve into people that will make time travel and come and get you.
That is a very interesting theory.
That's what's out there, baby. There you go.
I don't know. My only question about that is like, didn't all the collisions happen like in the early stages of like the galaxy because of like the volatile nature of the universe? I guess that's from my understanding.
Sure.
Because like after like the Big Bang, like I don't know. I guess everything was so wild. Everything was just colliding with each other, and that's I guess generally how planets are created.
Maybe that's not 1,000% confirmed, right? They don't. It's still hard for them to think how they were created. Like I couldn't give you a good evidentiary base, but the idea of dust like spinning together and making a rock is like not very. It like doesn't. I'm talking out of my field of depth, but that's not like a very like confirm. It's like everything in space.
It's a theory, I guess. It's not proven to be factual, but I guess from what I understand about it is that there were so many particles, rocks like floating throughout space, and stars are created through nebula, I guess, and our star was like very early, and there was so much like particles and debris, like big debris, like floating through space
From what?
And everything just the Big Bang, I guess. I don't know.
The Big Bang what? Blew up a bunch of rocks?
Matter, I suppose. I don't know.
The Big Bang created matter. There was no matter before the Big
I thought
Bang.
matter can't
What
be
came
created.
first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, so you have to have.
I thought matter can't be created or destroyed.
Well, it has to be. I mean, like if there was nothing before the Big Bang Bang made everything into existence.
From my understanding of evolution and the Big Bang, like all the matter and particles that currently exist in our universe were in a different form prior to the Big Bang. Like it was kind of just gases and like elements kind of just floating through space, I guess.
There was no space before the Big Bang. That's what science tells you. I'm
That
not
is
trying
what
to be a dick.
science tells
Yes.
us.
No, you're right. You're right.
So-
Space time
so
did,
expanse of
did
nothing.
start with the Big Bang. Yes.
So it literally has to go space, matter, time. So you can't have time if you don't have anything moving around.
Exactly.
Because if everything is still, there's no
There's no concept of
there's
time.
no concept of time.
Yes.
So you need stuff to have time.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a place, there's nowhere for the stuff to be. So the Big Bang has to create a space to then fill with stuff for then us to conceive time.
Yeah.
Think about it, Christian.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. And you want to know what the Big Bang is? This will help. This is good. Okay, come on. Let me get dry. I'll show you something cool.
Oh
It's
yeah.
coming out. We finally have the dry erase.
I was trying to see if when this would.
I
come
love how
out.
it was ready to go.
Here, I'll hold up the mic for you.
Do you need a marker?
So
Oh, you have.
I'll just hair it, baby. So if you
He's
guys
got
want to,
three in his
if you guys
pocket.
want to see someone who explains it a lot better, Sir Roger Penrose won the Nobel Prize. Genius, awesome guy. He explains it a lot better than me. He talk about like Escher's demons and stuff like that. Very cool. But you need to think about it like this: if this is the universe before the Big Bang, okay, the Big Bang is just this, right? It starts and the universe slowly like expands over and over again, right? And it's going to slowly start expanding. Like this is our universe, right? It's going
Yeah.
to start filling in, right? And eventually, where this blew up, the entire thing is going to be black. Okay, let's say my blue is black. This entire thing is going to be black. And once that happens, the idea is that it expands and then collapses again.
Yes.
Yes.
But
yes.
it doesn't collapse again. It just
It
expands
just keeps it's going.
until it's completely even.
That's what science
Until-
believes at the moment, right?
Until every, that's what this guy believes, and people tell him he's fuck. Until every element is completely evenly distributed. Okay, so like we don't even say particles, like down to like the fundamental particles of the universe.
Quarks.
Things are smaller than quarks, right?
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've broken up quarks. Quarks for us in high school. Quarks for them figuring out. Yeah.
I guess I haven't
Yeah. But so,
learned
like-
much new
but, like, think
science.
every single element will be like completely evenly distributed, and then like we said, once it's like that, then now you don't have any movement, you don't have any matter, you don't have any space, right? And now you're right back to this situation again,
Emptiness.
and it does it again. So it doesn't expand and collapse. The universe continues to expand over and over again. It goes boof, 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 boof over and over again, right? So, right? And the reason this happens is because the Big Bang is creating complexity, right? Like you are a bunch of particles together.
Yep.
He's a bunch of-
Stardust.
right? Yes,
Star.
we are everything. So, like if you want to know like what your true like thing is, like what like everyone should be trying to do is to not let that happen. You
Stop the universe from expanding.
you don't want I mean, in my opinion, right? You would not want the universe
To
to
expand and then come
become
back.
to become nothing again.
Exactly.
To go to its point where it's completely expanded and evens out.
Why?
again.
If that's the nature of the universe, why wouldn't you?
Because
want it to
that's what
happen?
because that's what it wants. It wants to go back to go. But you want to be alive, don't you?
when we
So
when
you
we
gotta complete,
yeah.
Here's
you
the
gotta
thing, I've-
keep adding complexity to the universe to keep it going. We need to keep building shit and moving it.
But if things keep getting further away from each other, won't that just make it more like harder to travel between?
100%, yeah.
And that's what it.
Do you
the
think
universe
humanity will last that long? Because I know like what scientists project, like the how the universe will pan out, like the timeline and everything. They say that humanity's gonna die like way before any of that shit even happens.
It's all right. We'll just turn into water.
mean,
and
that's-
Like
send
they
it
say,
somewhere
we
else.
probably like have a few hundred years left, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what a horrible outlook. Yeah, yeah, it's just that's yeah. I mean, that could happen. Yeah,
It's a possibility. I mean, it really depends. Like if humanity, progresses to that point.
I mean, if
we're able to travel between stars.
do we care? I mean, is that the point?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's not. Most people don't care, and that's
Right.
and that's fine.
I
mean,
feel like the science community cares because I feel like if they didn't, they wouldn't be striving to make like, the progress that they're making.
what progress are they making?
I don't know.
Come on, Christian. We haven't been able to time travel. I don't see
Yeah,
progress.
I mean,
here.
like, I don't know. I mean, like, Elon's fucking SpaceX things are falling out of the sky all the time now. Like all the fucking what's the radio thing he has? What's the one where everyone can get Wi-Fi?
Starlink?
Yeah, like all the Starlink satellites are just falling out of the sky now and shit. And like, you know, like it's.
Well, Elon's also like a huge drug addict. I mean, like he's just doing drugs all the time. So I mean, he could be like he is a genius, but I mean, how effective of a genius are you if you're just hopped up on drugs all the time?
Another man that was on drugs.
Yeah, a lot of people are on drugs all the time. Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I mean, creatives maybe like musicians and shit, actors, but a scientist,
Artists,
like how effective of a
painters.
scientist can you be if you're if you're fucked up all the time?
like the guy who invented acid when he was on acid.
That's different. That's chemicals, I guess.
Is that
Yeah,
science?
Dark chemicals.
that's a crazy story. Yeah, he
Do you
just-
think Albert Einstein was
he's
tripping balls?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I
You ever seen that picture of him?
I think
with the
Albert
stomach?
Einstein worked at the patent office and fucking pulled out a bunch of patents and went like, "Hey, look what I figured out." Yeah.
didn't he steal the idea for?
Do you want to know how they proved the speed of light? You want to know how they proved the theory of relativity?
Stephen Hawking?
No.
Like Albert Einstein.
Albert
Oh,
Einstein.
Albert Einstein, yeah.
You want to know how they proved it?
Oh.
So they had to get a picture of an eclipse. Okay.
Oh,
And if you got a picture of an eclipse with a light coming around it the certain way, it would prove that light bends.
yeah,
Oh,
And
Yes.
so, right?
yeah.
So a bunch of scientists who work for Albert, they went out in the middle of the night to get some pictures of this eclipse. And it was like a huge thunderstorm happened. And they took like thousands of pictures and then picked like 6 of them and were like, these prove that light's bending.
Really?
Google it.
That's their only basis of that?
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. That's not the first.
Well, that's kind of
Check it.
wild then.
Look
'cause
up,
I mean,
look
like,
up the proof. Look up how they prove the Earth is spinning, and the first thing that'll pop up will say a pendulum. A pendulum.
this is why people think that all science is made up because of shit like that.
Well, I mean,
it started off
so
as a
that's
theory.
an interesting
like,
way to
that's
put
what
it.
is.
That's why people think science is made up. But then when you look into it, it is kind of like
Yeah.
it is kind of like made up.
Yeah.
Just like how everything is. Just
Sure,
like
and-
how language is made up,
Sure.
like what we're speaking.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
And,
I mean, people make things up based off their perception and like you said, the information that's presented to you at the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, science. I mean, science works. I mean, people try
Exactly.
and people
It gets us
know,
somewhere.
but like when it's just when people don't want to be wrong, it becomes a huge problem. You know, it's like
yeah, it's hard for people to engage in like debates without emotion nowadays. I feel like not people. I feel like are emotionally mature enough to
Well,
have
people-
conversations like that.
people tie their themselves to their opinions.
Their self worth. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Well, I mean, I feel like if you're scared to be wrong, you probably do have low self-esteem and low self-worth. Because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the smartest people in the world are open to, like, accepting other viewpoints, you know? I mean, like,
it's the only way to gather knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
I mean,
kinda
how,
have to
how,
have
how
an
would they
open
have
mind.
gathered knowledge? Yeah, if they
exactly. Because how are you going to discover things if you're not really willing to change your viewpoint,
didn't.
you know? If you're fixed on thinking a certain way or looking at things a certain way, like, you're never going to discover new shit.
Yeah.
So
So I'll ask you guys this one. So if you go into space and you close a jar and you bring it back to Earth, what's in the jar?
Dust.
There's no such thing as nothing.
particles?
Particles of what?
Dust. Stars.
Elements? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck is in the.
Whatever's in
Periodic table.
space, right?
Yeah.
But space is vacuum, so there's like
Is it?
not
How do you know?
particles in. I don't know. There's also
It's a good one, huh?
the question of dark matter and dark energy.
Mhm.
We don't see that or understand it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So what is that?
Yeah. So it's definitely. I mean, definitely. This could easily be wrong, but it's probably like a think about it like an ocean of some kind,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these are the reasons that we kind of like gravity is such a weird concept. Like, and at first, like gravity makes sense to people, but then like, have you ever seen the demo where they show like here? Hold on. Let's get it. Let's break it down. Hold this.
Gravity is like everything's just constantly falling in like one direction.
Yes, that's probably more what's happening is like they say like, have you ever seen this demo where they take like a sheet, they'll take like a sheet like this, and
And then
they'll
make
have
the
the
hole?
sheet, and it'll be like this, and they'll put a rock in there, and then they'll spin something around the sheet and be like, this is its gravitational orbit
Yeah.
because this is holding it in the pit. Okay. Well, okay, if this is space and this is the Earth, like what's on this side of the sheet?
I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't make sense that it's like pushing down in a layer of a thing,
Yeah, let me check out the camera.
right? So like what I think is like if this is the sun, let's get a good one. If this is the sun, like the sun is in like a big ocean, and as the sun falls down in the ocean, right? As it falls, it would create a vortex around itself as it falls, and then all the planets follow it in this vortex around itself. That's why they can't get out, right? But that's also why they don't fall in. Because like if this was right, and stuff was going, eventually it would fall into the sun. But the Earth doesn't fall into the sun. The Earth's going away from the sun, and it's because the sun is falling and the Earth's following it, but it's going to get whipped out eventually because it's falling too fast.
And
That's-
here's an interesting concept. I don't know if you guys ever read into the Great Attractor, but apparently all of our solar systems are heading into a direction, or our own solar system is heading into like one direction.
Yeah,
Have you heard about
that's
this?
interesting to me. Yeah, I know. I've heard like Terrence McKenna used to talk about the Great Attractor all the time too. But like of course, it's going a certain way.
The galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, if it is moving, like, of course it's going one way.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah.
say like
It
we're
would-
on a collision course with the Andromeda galaxy, right?
Oh, yeah, Andromeda's coming for us. Yeah,
Like
but
they
like,
said in the next few million years, we're basically going to be like combined.
yeah. So, I mean, but like, yeah, so of course we're going a direction. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and really the thing that stems is like what's pulling us? Like what sense of gravity is pulling all of us? You know what I mean? If that's that concept, what's the concept of all of the galaxies traveling in one direction? Would it be the concept of the Big Bang?
No, they're
necessarily?
falling. They're falling.
Exactly.
falling.
Is the
Yeah,
universe
that's what gravity
expanding
is.
up or to the sides?
Yeah,
You know, it's like
I don't believe that either.
you don't think
I
so?
don't
I don't
think
think it's
there's a sense.
expanding.
Mm.
I don't think there's a
that's-
sense of direction. Either.
Yeah, I don't think it's expanding.
It's just one set of plane.
Yeah, I think it just is what it is.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think it's like get it. I mean, that's just again, that just doesn't like expanding into what.
Mm-hmm.
They say like the perspective from Earth a few million, or I don't know what the timeline is, but they say we're not going to be able to see any stars in the sky because at the rate that the universe is expanding, that all this it's going to be a black sky because everything's going to be so far away from each other.
Mm.
Put money on the wrong.
Me too. Put money that they're wrong.
I'll do the same thing again. I mean, I told someone this
Yeah.
7-8 years ago. They were telling me, hey, they're planning another mission to the moon. Bet you they don't go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Bet you they don't go. No matter what, every time they ain't going.
You think we'll never be back there? Or if we even went?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right.
Why wouldn't you go up there and drill?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you go
Yeah.
up there and have drones that constantly fly around? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard.
So what's stopping people from going to the moon nowadays?
I mean, because who's going to commercially do it?
It costs money. It costs resources. Who's going to pay for that expedition?
How are you
going
going to
to
get through a fucking dome?
I suppose, but you think about the shit that like governments spend money on.
And we have to have like a reason why we're going to the moon too. Like when we go there, what are we going there for? Like
To drill.
to drill, to drill. But like, are we looking for any sort of sense of deeper meaning when we
Yeah.
go to the moon?
Yeah, we're going to drill.
Aliens?
We're going to see what the fuck's up there.
Why
People
don't we
think
just
it's
go
a
to like?
we gotta
satellite
get
that
past the
aliens
dome
are
first.
inside of. The ice wall.
Yeah, so you want to hear some facts?
Yeah.
So the moon, they hit it with a missile and it rang like a bell for like an hour.
When
Oh wait.
Google that one.
they hit the
Just Google
they
the
shot a missile at the moon and it
Yeah.
impacted.
they
something
dropped
like
something
this.
from the lunar module and hit it. They hit it with something. If you
Explosives?
if you Google the moon rang like a bell, it will be a full non-conspiracy Wikipedia article that will pop up that the moon rang like a bell for like hours when they hit it with something. Okay. Also, too, all the craters in the moon have a uniform depth. No matter how wide they are, They all only have a maximum depth of a certain thing.
Oh. Refers to a scientific observation made during the Apollo missions where controlled impacts of spacecraft parts on the moon caused seismic vibrations that lasted for an unusually long time. It says, it wasn't an audible sound, but the data recorded on the seismometers showed a prolonged ringing or reverberation, similar to how a bell resonates. The phenomenon occurs because the moon is dry and rigid with no water to dampen seismic waves on Earth, allowing them to bounce around for an extended period.
That's interesting too. The way it bounces off and then travels back to Earth in the form of signals.
I'm gonna piss
And like through that space, the wave is traveling through.
Yep. I mean, you would think if space is full of nothing, something wouldn't be able to kind of travel through it. You need a medium to travel through.
Right.
Right. You can't that's very interesting. I wonder how they send radio waves in space. You can't speak. I mean, but then now too, this is not your main conspiracy talk. This is just knowledge that we don't have. Right? This is not. Yeah. This is not actually questioning something. It's just
Pending
something you don't know.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, it is very interesting to think they had direct communication with the people on the moon, and I can't fucking get the UFC on a weekend. The stream won't work, But fucking yeah. Now the counter argument I've always heard to that is if NASA satellites are probably a little bit better than the one in my house, but
Back in the day compared to now, like,
I mean, back in the day, yeah. I mean,
probably.
fuck, man, that's nuts, huh?
Dude, we gotta crack the code to life. We just did.
Yeah, I mean, what's the code? Do you want to live forever? That'd be
No, I
sweet.
mean, no, just right now, you just gotta live your
I
life.
feel like
Yeah,
that's
you
what
just gotta do your
humans
thing.
are trying to discover how to do is like how do we live longer? That's basically what us as humans are trying to do today. We're trying to remedy our experiences and make them better more so that we can live longer, fulfilling lives. Or I don't know if you guys seen these like scientific things where I don't know if it's like some hoax or some crazy shit, but
It's not a
I
hoax.
guess people are taking some forms of blood to like preserve age or whatever. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's been conspiracies for years. But I mean, for a society, definitely not the approach.
Yeah.
So, youthful people are very open-minded,
Mm-hmm.
and in a world that probably needs a lot of change, and in a world where like not a lot of people are dying, people are stuck in their old ways, and there tends to be just like more and more of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like people aren't breeding and having kids,
Right.
So then like now the youth population is going down, so the amount of people who are like willing to have new ideas is getting trumped by the amount of people who have just firm in their beliefs. You're not gonna and it's understandable, but like we said about people like tying themselves to their ideologies, like you're not gonna convince somebody who's believed something for like 20 years
That they're wrong.
and it's like the only hope is like that person, if that person is wrong, the literal only hope is like that person is going to die one day and the thoughts will die with them. And so like if that person lives forever, now that person forever gets going, I'm right, and
Exactly.
that might not be a good thing for a society.
Yeah, and I think it also goes back to like perception. Like people, I feel like twist a lot of facts, and I feel this way about religion. Like I said, I'm a very religious person, but I feel like a lot of religious people out there kind of twist the knowledge, I guess, and perceive it in a kind of wild way. I mean, you see it a lot in like Baptists. Like they take religion to a very extreme level, and you see this in every religion, I guess. But I don't know. There's crazy people in every facet of life, I guess.
So could you expand on your problem with Baptists?
I don't know. I mean, like I grew up going to a Baptist school, and I don't know. I feel like as a Christian personally, I don't align myself with a lot of the ways that they approach their beliefs, and I'm trying to think of an example, but I don't know. Like music, for example, they think that listening to purely like secular music, which is non-religious music, is a sin.
So
And
like rap and shit like
like
that.
rap,
Okay.
yeah. like shit like that. Like they just have like ridiculous rules that are like made up. That like you won't find it anywhere in the Bible, and like a lot of like
Are you sure?
maybe
Like,
in
you
the Old Testament. Yes, I mean
are you
like
sure they don't reference scripture? I mean, like
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I mean that's just the interesting thing to me is like it's very interesting to not, if you're gonna be religious, to not be all in is very interesting to me. Is like I will believe in God and I like those rules, but like those other ones, you know.
I guess it goes back to like I don't know how do you define all in? Like just believing everything that's presented to you without questioning it.
If people say I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, and will then say that I don't do this because the Bible says so, and then there's another verse that says don't do Y, and you only say, well, I just don't do X, but I do Y, and yeah, you know, that's just my version of Christianity. It's like, well,
it's not the
then
complete version.
are you Christianity or is it Christianity? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get to pick your own version every time? And like that's not, well, then you're not part of the same, then you're not actually part of that group.
Totally.
Am I right? I don't know. I mean, I'm not, you know,
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of Christian groups out there that I do not align myself with at all. And I'm not saying I mean, obviously, I believe what I believe. I think that what I believe is right, but I'm not going to say that people that don't believe what I believe are wrong. Like, I'm not going to go out and be like, you're going to hell, basically. Because I'm literally willing to listen to anything anyone has to say to me about anything.
That's so interesting though. Then, like, so why? Like, why would you draw the line there? Like, if you do believe that stuff, then like I remember saying this to like my girlfriend in high school. Like, I have no problem with you believing that I'm gonna go to hell.
Yeah,
and I think you should just like stand on business. Like fucking like it's okay.
But I also feel like it doesn't align with like the core of Christianity itself to like tell people they're going to hell or like demonize people for like what they do in general. Cause I don't know, a lot of Christians do that where like they demonize people for what they do. And that's just not how it should be. I mean, that's really not what Christianity should be. Like I don't know. I have an interesting opinion on this, but
Say it.
I'm just thinking about how to put this. I don't know. There's a lot of things in the Old Testament that were presented as law that like I don't necessarily agree with, but there are some things that I kind of do agree with. Am I saying I'm a bad Christian if I don't believe in every single thing? No, because I think it's the perception of like how the knowledge was presented and who it was presented to at the time. And I feel like if you truly read into it, like it does make sense.
Interesting.
And a lot of people, like I said, twist their perceptions of it and twist like the intentions of how it was written and who it was written for.
I mean this in no offensive way, but if you're gonna say you take whatever parts you like from it and make that's Christianity to you, correct?
No, I don't think it's my definition of what it is. I mean, it's my perception of what I believe, but I don't think that my perception is the undeniable facts, you know, because my perception and what I know is bound to change.
Okay.
As I
but haven't you? I mean, not in a like. Haven't you twisted the words of the Bible to make what you see as your perception? That's what everyone will do, unless we go back to before Martin Luther and only the people who can read,
R.I.P.
you know, yeah, only the people who can read it.
Martin Luther or Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther.
Yeah.
Lutheranism. Yeah. I know. He don't know history. Yeah. But yeah, right. Like unless we go back to that, like if everyone's allowed to read it, then like everyone's gonna go like, oh, I kind of think this meant that, and I kind of think this meant that, and then like I don't know if they're twisting. They're just that's their way. That's their belief in Christianity. Yeah. And then unless you are gonna say no. Unless you believe this, you are a Christian, then everyone's allowed to be a Christian. The Nazis were Christians.
I mean, they're by their own standards, I guess.
I mean, by they went to church and prayed and read the Bible and followed scripture.
I don't think that really defines you. I don't think like going to church makes you a Christian. And I don't think performing. I don't think performing.
Like that's like your opinion of it, and then someone else is gonna have their opinion of it, and then like if two people both come down and say, God told me to steal this, and you say, well, God told me to steal this. How do we resolve who's right?
Yeah, it's impossible, I guess. I mean, like you can never really like pick one side and be like, this is the unrequitable truth.
Yeah, and so then like the only thing that happens is large groups of men get on horses with swords and they fucking figure it out, right?
Yeah. I mean, even nowadays, I mean, so many wars are started over opinions.
Sure. I mean, and are people willing to fight for it, right? I mean, are people down enough to fight for it? And yeah, I mean, then they go for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Christianity necessarily needs to be fought for nowadays, like in a violent sense. I don't know.
You wouldn't have it if it weren't for the Crusades.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, yeah. In Old Testament, in the Bible, I mean, they did go to war a lot. They did. Yeah, they did have a lot of war.
Yeah, I mean, they literally fought the other Abrahamic religions for
literally war
existence.
over this religion. Yeah.
I mean, like like Muslim expansion only stopped at the borders of Europe. I mean, they took over everything. Islam expanded to the whole fucking area until like, you know, the Christians went like, we're doing Christianity over here. We ain't doing that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and like if they would have went like, we don't got to fight for it, we're just going to stay here. Like they probably wouldn't be around, you know? The people who are willing to fight for their religion were the ones who stuck around. And then too, like it goes back to like, have you seen the new movie they're making with Russell Crowe? He's Herman Goring.
No.
Herman Goring was one of Hitler's top man at the end.
Oh,
and obviously the movie's not out yet, but like one of the scenes, the guy's questioning him, and he tells him, he goes, "Listen, I'm in a jail cell because I lost, and not because of my beliefs. Because you guys won, that's why I'm here. If we would have won, you guys would be in jail, and you guys would be the one who's wrong. So like if Islam would have won and taken over everything, like that would have been the main religion of the planet, right. And like they would have been right. But like we won, and now we're fucking right."
Yeah, I mean, Islam is still arguably like
this one.
I wouldn't say it's a top,
Yes.
but it's
Is it out?
definitely
Yeah, it came out today.
Released today.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's it called?
Nuremberg.
Watching it.
It's the Nazis
Who
at
directed
Nuremberg. That's an independent film, I think.
Details. Actor.
If Russell Crowe is in it, I mean,
Yeah, Russ,
it's pretty big.
It's gonna be good.
Director James Vanderbilt. Producer James Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I think it's an independent film.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Very
so
interesting.
that'll be good. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it came out today.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that DiCaprio movie,
Which one?
the Paul Thomas Anderson one. You
One
know which one I'm
Battle
talking?
After the Other?
Yeah, One Battle After the Other. Did you see it, Hector?
What's it about?
It's I don't know. I watched the trailer and I can't really tell you what the story is about.
Joey watched it. He said it was good.
It was good.
Yeah, I know Joey wanted to watch it.
But going on Kyle's perception of Joey, Joey likes movies that are bad.
Yeah, Joey likes bad movies. Joey enjoys bad movies.
I mean, I can
And
find.
I wouldn't, and I don't mean that he just likes bad movies. Joey also enjoys good movies, but Joey also enjoys bad movies, which is surprising to me.
I'm the same way. I like a lot of movies that a lot of people hate.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
Joey liked Joker too. That was one of the worst experiences of my life. What else? I don't know if I actually met some people who liked the new 28 Weeks Later. That was a horrible film.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was
I
horrible.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Everyone has different tastes, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What's your favorite movie? Or like top 3, Perky?
What kind of movies do you like?
I mean,
do you watch movies often?
Yeah, I mean, not more in like the recent years, but yeah, back in the day, I like movies. I I mean, just so much. I mean, like when I was growing up, I would say Pulp Fiction was my favorite movie, but
Me
that's
too.
just like, yeah, I think that's just, you know.
At one point, like maybe, I don't know, maybe like middle school, early high school, I would tell people that's my favorite movie. And then my taste kind of evolved. I kind of had different phases of like my movie taste. Because at one point I really liked like the old artsy shit, like French New Wave shit for some reason. Because I always wanted to be a filmmaker, so I kind of like explored every, like, I don't know, facet of filmmaking from different countries. Like,
I mean, thinking classics. I mean, like when you think about it, like Forrest Gump is one of the greatest films like ever.
Yes.
made.
Box of chocolates.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the depth of that movie is quite fascinating. And then too, have you ever read the book?
Menace to
Forrest
society.
Gump?
Yeah.
Was it a book before the movie?
It's a book, and like the beginning of it's really funny. Like he's like talking about himself, and he's like I don't know if it's gonna be inappropriate. I don't want to say it, but he's like, you know, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like one of the mongoloids, but like I'm not quite like the way he puts it. So funny in the beginning. It's really good.
It was actually a book before the movie.
I'm pretty positive. Yeah,
I thought the movie came first. I don't know.
Maybe there was a book afterwards, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Dude.
Yeah. So yeah, Forrest Gump's awesome.
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club's great. Breakfast Club's a really good movie. Was it just in the girl's head?
The Breakfast Club?
Yeah. One of the theories.
I've never seen this.
I took that movie completely at surface level. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really look that deep into it.
What? Oh my god, the Breakfast Club is profound.
I'm like, oh, they're just different types of high schoolers.
Which character were you?
The fucking nerd. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was-
Jaden.
Shh, this is debate.
I related to the nerd. I was just, you know, as beta as it sounds, I guess.
Yeah, which one were you?
Why?
Why the jock?
I've never.
Why was the
compared
jock in
myself to
Saturday
movie
Detention?
characters.
I forget why.
You ruined my joke.
What was the joke?
Well, the jock was in Saturday Detention because he taped this one kid's butt cheeks together, and then when they ripped the tape off, it tore a bunch of his skin off, and it embarrassed that kid in front of his dad. I would have been that kid. I leaned to actor. I think this is my favorite jokes. The kid who wasn't even in the movie got tortured. Yeah, I would have been that kid. You've never seen Breakfast Club?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh man,
It's actually a good movie.
So there's a few great scenes. Like one of the scenes, the principal's got him all in Saturday Detention. So he's locked him in, and then like he wants to go to his office, so he wants to like leave the door open so that he can watch them. And so like when he goes back in his office, the real punk kid, he like waits till he's not looking, and then he runs over and he takes the pin out of the door so the door shuts itself. Right. So then like the guy comes over and he's like trying to get the door won't stay open, so he's like trying to hold it. So then he goes and he takes like a folding chair and he puts it in front of the door. And like right when he's about to let go of it, the kid's like, "Sir, that door is way too heavy, sir." And then the second he lets go of the chair, just goes fucking flying. He's like, "God damn it!" So then he grabs like a whole shelving unit full of like pamphlets and he pulls it in front of the doorway so like it holds it open. He's like, "There, that's awesome." And he's like, "That's a great job, sir, but I think that's against fire codes and endangering the lives of the students on a Saturday." It's like, "God damn, what are you doing? Get this fucking thing out of here!"
Dude, that's you with your art teacher.
Oh yeah, 100%. Me and Mr. Warwack. Oh my god.
I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, I love that movie.
Another classic.
Yeah,
80s
bro.
Movie.
You know what?
I love that movie.
Ferris Bueller's is great. And you know what's one that people don't bring up enough? It's probably one of the greatest movies ever. Accepted is one of the greatest movies ever.
Yes.
The one with
They
the
make the fake college.
yeah.
South
I like that movie.
South Harmon
such
Institute
an
of
awesome
Technology.
movie. That is a great. That is a great film. That's
Oh my God.
that's a
I
really Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell. That is one of the funniest movies. Ever seen?
I
Yeah,
don't think I've seen it.
yeah. That's
Maybe I've seen it
that's
because
the
it's like
experience for yourself.
2000s, right?
Yeah, you got to go back and watch that one. That movie is laugh out loud funny the whole time. That
love
movie's
Will
really
Ferrell.
good. Yeah, Will Ferrell's good.
Dude, one Will Ferrell movie that everybody hates that I love is Get Hard.
I've never seen that one.
A lot of people
think
people hate it, but I'm like, dude, it's pretty funny.
It's funny.
I love
I
it.
would say it's funny. Is it a great movie?
No, but it's good.
I feel the
It's
same
funny.
way about Semi-Pro. No one likes Semi-Pro, and I
think Semi-Pro is funny.
Mhm.
You see that one where he's the basketball guy?
I like
No.
Semi-Pro.
That one's really funny.
I do like Semi-Pro.
Yeah, Semi-Pro is great.
I was rewatching Nacho Libre this morning.
Oh,
I just,
dude.
Oh, one
I don't
of the
think I've
greatest
seen
movies.
Nacho Libre.
I saw
Dude,
it. It was
So good.
really
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
That's why I
So
started
you
wrestling.
never like understood Adrian's costume?
I knew it. Yeah, I knew. I have. I have a very like good awareness of the zeitgeist. I know, like even if I haven't like seen things or I know, I'm aware of everything. Yeah.
It's a classic. It's very well made.
Dude, growing up, I didn't really like Nacho Libre, but as I got older, I was like, hey,
You realize the beauty in it.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this movie's actually really fucking good.
No, because I was the same. When I was a kid, I didn't love it. But then, like, I watched it again when I was a little bit older, and I was like, this is actually pretty good.
Remember Ready to
fucking
Rumble?
Oh,
No, I don't
Jesus.
think I've
Remember
seen
that?
it. No.
Oh my god, that was fucking really old movie. So it was it's like these two guys who want to get in. I don't even remember. Like they want to get into professional wrestling, or they are like big professional wrestling fans, and then they end up like
funny.
getting into the show, and they like end up like getting knocked out by Sting at the end. So that's a really good movie. Like one of the famous scenes of that movie is the kid's got a Slurpee, and he's outside the gas station, and he's sitting there and he's holding the Slurpee, and then his other hand is in his pants, like in his ass. And
Yeah,
the guy's going like, "Why is your hand in your ass?" He's like, like don't worry about it. So then he goes back into the store and he takes his hand out of his ass and he's holding the Slurpee and he's slipping on it, and then he puts it up to the guy's face and he's like, "Yeah, dude, something's wrong with this Slurpee. Like it just tastes like ass." And so he's putting his hand in the guy's face and going, he's like, "Yeah, I got real bad towards the end. Can I get a replacement, dude?" And the guy gives him another Slurpee. That movie's awesome.
God.
Fuck.
What do you guys think about Superbad?
Classic, great movie.
Mhm.
I think it's a good movie.
Yep.
A lot of my friends in high school didn't like that movie.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think there's much you can hate about it.
I remember us crying, laughing in the theater seeing that.
When did it come out?
2008, if I were to guess.
Yeah, that would be about right. Yeah, I remember us being in high school and going and seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, 2008. I have like
Oh,
that's when I really started watching a lot of movies because I remember my mom bought me like a portable DVD player,
Okay.
and I used to go to the library all the time. So I would like borrow like movies and DVDs and shit back when DVDs were
God.
a big thing.
Blockbuster.
And I would just watch movies. Like I would stay up like past my bedtime until like 3 a.m. just watching movies on the portable DVD player.
You guys watch Kick-Ass?
Yeah,
Kick-Ass is
that's
good.
a good
Kick-Ass
one.
is good.
That's
They made a
pretty
couple of them.
Kick-Ass 1 and 2.
good.
No,
Yeah.
I think the first one was better.
Hilarious.
There's a great clip of so I'm a huge fan of the Opie and Anthony podcast, the Opie and Anthony radio show.
Mhm.
It's not around anymore. It's like from like probably like the early 90s and stuff. But there's a great clip of their podcast where Bobby Kelly, the comedian, comes on. It's the radio show, I'm sorry. Bobby Kelly, the comedian, comes on, and he's so excited, and he's telling him about how he saw a trailer for this new movie. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. And he shows him the trailer for Kick-Ass, and they all start telling him, "You're a fucking idiot. That movie's going to be horrible. There's a kid swearing in it. No one can see this." And like, he gets so shut down. He's so upset. They're like, and then like 6 months later, that movie comes out. It's a big thing. And he comes back and he's like, "You stupid motherfuckers. You told me." And they're all like, "Fuck you, Bobby." That's one of my favorite things ever. That's all I can think about when I hear Kick-Ass.
Have you guys seen Shark Tale?
With the
No.
with
You haven't seen
the
Shark Tale?
animated one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see,
Maybe.
Will
the
Smith?
shrimp. The
Was
shrimp.
it
Yeah,
Will,
I've
it was
seen
Will
that
Smith, right?
Yeah, Will Smith was
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. Oh my god, I think
Keep
that was
his
a
name-
classic movie.
Keep his name out of
You
your
guys
mouth.
might be too young. Have you seen Land Before Time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Growing up, I
Good.
did.
Of course.
Good. That's a classic.
Dude, but going back to Opie and Anthony, like every time I hear that, I just think of that one skit where they made the dude fucking puke. What was it? You know what I'm talking
The
about.
baby bird skit?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you the baby bird skit, and then I will tell you. I think this is a good way for us to close on the podcast. I will tell you the greatest. Probably not the greatest. They had so many great Opie and Anthony bits they did. But so baby bird was they had an eggnog drinking contest, and one of the guys, Pat from Moonaki. Pat was from Moonaki. That was the Teddy was from. It was this big giant fat guy with diabetes, and Pat was going to win the eggnog drinking contest, but because he was diabetic, he couldn't keep all the, it would be bad for him to have that much sugar in his stomach. So he told them, after I drink all this, I'm going to have to puke. And Rogan was in the studio, and Rogan came up with the idea that someone should sit with their mouth open and let him puke into his mouth.
Oh my god.
Right? And so one of the interns, Pat Duffy, who'd like done a bunch of crazy shit on the floor, and there's video, you can watch it on YouTube. I mean, it's like a fountain of shit coming out of his mouth, like multiple
Drink.
times into the other dude's mouth. That's fucking wild, dude. Yeah. I mean, they all just get up, they start they start clapping.
How did the guy taking it like? How did he,
just
respond
took
to
it.
it?
He just took it. He just took it. Yeah, he was one of the interns in the show.
That's what separates men and boys.
Okay, so this is like, and this is why Opie and Anthony was so great. So like that. So like the plan was not for someone to puke in someone's mouth. The plan was an eggnog drinking contest, but then it just evolved into someone puking in someone's mouth.
Just
Okay,
got this fucking idea.
so one morning in the show, Jim Norton was like the third mic in the show, and one morning Jim shows up and he's super pissed, and they're like, Jim, what's wrong? And he's like, that fucking doorman is a piece of shit. He's always fucking with me. I fucking hate that doorman in our building. And they're like, we should do something to fuck with him. So they come up with this idea that like, if you try to leave with too big of a box, that guy will always stop you like you're trying to steal something. So they come up with this idea. They're going to get this box, and they have a bunch of gay porn at the studio. So they're going to line the entire inside of the box with gay porn. And like, as they're doing that, someone's like, you should put a dildo in there. So they put a dildo in there. They line the box with cocks. And then their plan is when Jim's going to walk out with the box. And when the guy says, what's in the box? Jim's going to go cocks and then show it to him. So they plan out this whole thing for hours. Jim walks down. Jim walks past the security guard. The security guard doesn't say a word to him. So so then they're like, what do we do? So then they just take the box of cocks and they just put it on the streets of New York. And they write free puppies on it. So now people are just walking on the street and they're watching from the studio, and people are walking by and then opening the box and going, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, so they do it for a while. Like a couple of times they got to stop kids from looking at it, right? It's like the funniest thing. So they love it. It's like that's already fucking hilarious, right? So then they're like, the next day they're like, man, we got to do box of cocks again. They're planning box of cocks. They're like, we're going to put a camera in the box so that we can see people doing it.
God.
They're planning out. And then the leader of the guy who runs the whole radio station calls them, and he's like, you can't do box of cocks. And they're like, no, we're doing box of cocks. So then they have him on the radio talking to them, and they're like, you gotta talk to the people who told you no and make a deal that we can do it. And he's like, I don't know if we can do it. And they're like, well, you got to call us back by 2 p.m. tomorrow to decide this. And he goes, okay. And they go, if you don't, you're gonna get it. And he's like, all right. So then like 2 p.m. comes around, he doesn't call them. So then they tell everyone who's listening on the radio to email him pictures of cocks. So then he calls at like 3 o'clock, and he's going through his emails, and he's like, oh, interesting. I have an email that says important information about the merger. And then he clicks on it, it's a cock. So like this guy who runs like a radio station that makes he's just getting bombarded in his business email. Yeah. So that's why I like opening it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Box of cocks was a
on
great
TV?
bit. It was a radio
Radio.
show in New York. Yeah, it was a radio show in New York. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They one time convinced this homeless lady stalker Patty. Rogan had breath strips that were acid. That were weed. That were weed. And then they had just regular ones. So they just give her a regular one and then start like changing the reverb in her headphones, and like they had someone dress up in like a rabbit costume and walk by and stuff.
Wow.
And she's going like, there's a rabbit. And they're going like, Patty, there's no rabbit. Stop. And so then they tell her that she took a weed edible, and so she starts like freaking. Yeah. I mean, that's just fucking so wild, dude. Yeah.
Oh, they gotta have some shit like that nowadays.
That's
Not
us.
some soft shit like
You can't do it anymore. Yeah.
know,
I mean,
like-
you know.
It's not-
Well, so if you want something crazy, if you want to watch something crazy, check out Sam Hyde's Fish Tank.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's back. It's
I think I've seen clips of it.
yeah, it gets pretty wild. Yeah, that'll be a good reality show for you.
All right, guys.
Before we cut it off, Perky, what's next for you? What are you gonna do next?
So next,
competing
I
for
am
you?
going to Florida
Orlando.
for the ADCC. I'm going to do the Open. Some of the guys are doing the trials. And then I think the weekend after we come back, there's probably like a Naga. We'll do something like that.
Naga and Maximus on the same day.
Naga and Maximus the same day. So yeah, a few things down the year. And then usually we kind of take December off from competing, rest up. So
There is an ADCC in North Carolina. I think
Yeah.
Joey was mentioning some interest in that.
yeah, so cool. Maybe we'll be out there.
I'm down.
I'd
to
be
go.
down to go
I'm
with it.
because I want to go next week. It's still kind of up in the air if I'm gonna head out with you guys
If you
because
can.
I'm not gonna compete. I don't think
Come film some stuff. Be fun.
I want to because
Yeah.
it's the trials. It's gonna like I
Big.
know the atmosphere is gonna be crazy. I've
Yeah.
never seen it in person,
It's
but
really cool.
I've seen videos and I've heard stories, and I mean just the group that we got going. I want to be able to cover it.
Yeah,
for
it'll
you
be
guys.
super exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Hector's fighting in a few weeks. We'll get that
Yeah.
going.
November 26th.
26th, the day before Thanksgiving.
Blackout Wednesday.
That's
Hector's
so
fighting.
weird, fighting on a
Hell yeah.
Wednesday.
Hell yeah. That'll be awesome.
Blackout
Dude, that's gonna be
Wednesday.
interesting.
It's in
He's
He's gonna
Ben-
get to eat right
Bensonville?
after too.
Oh, dude,
Dude.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think we might have to close because I'm taking Perky to corner me too, bro. Him and Joey.
We'll be out there.
I'll be out there.
Mhm.
I'll film you, bro. It's gonna
It's
be fun.
non-negotiable. Perky has to be there. My dog.
Terry, Will, you're running the school.
You know what? They could do it.
They got it.
They
They could do it.
They got it for sure.
Ian, you're running the school.
Oh hell no. Ian's gonna be getting drunk. He's
I'll
gonna be
robbing
blacking
the
out.
fucking place.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a busy November, but I'm excited. You know, I've been filming a lot of stuff recently. I'm hoping to make another episode of Real Jiu-Jitsu pretty soon,
Hell yeah.
and I have a lot of good ideas for it. I was brainstorming with Joey the other day, so I mean, we're gonna make some special.
Dude, we
Fuck
should
yeah.
record my whole weight cut. for
I'm down, dude.
125.
Well, I want you to be a part of the story, like you and Dre. I wish I was able to cover his fight tonight, but you know, circumstances, I guess.
Yeah,
But
fun.
yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe I'll download the fight. Like maybe I'll just buy it.
You'll find it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Kyle, so
Awesome.
much
Thank
for
you guys
coming
for
on.
having me. Super
This
fun.
is like the longest
Thank you,
podcast we've
guys.
done.
How
I think
long-
this is
how long is it?
2.5 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, you get me rambling.
I think
yeah.
this is longer than any Keep It Rolling podcast, right?
No, we had one with Marco that went really long, but
Really?
he wanted it to be long. So
How long did that go?
It may have been 3 hours, but yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Everybody go get
we
food.
have a record to break then.
Uh-huh. Next time. We'll get me talking about dinosaurs or something. We'll
Dude, once he mentioned dinosaurs, I started laughing. I was like, here we go. Perky's about to go.
Oh, that's
We covered
rabbit
a lot
hole.
of topics, but I feel like there's definitely more we can talk about. So maybe we can have you on again in the future.
Anytime. I'd love to, guys. Yep.
Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. Well, thank you guys for watching episode 8 of the Spazcast. We will catch you next time.
Like and subscribe.
guys.
Like and subscribe to the
Love you
RMMA
guys.
YouTube channel. Goodbye.
Bye.